Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the PPTL Summer League Draft Night. So, a lot of big things are happening tonight. This is one of the most crucial nights of the summer season where all the players will be drafted into their respective teams. And of course, the different team captains for this Summer League season will be fighting over the different players. So, fun fact for the Summer League of the PPTL this season, we have a record breaking of 126 total players.
Oh,
That's beating last season's 117 player count. And from last season, if I recall correctly, we have 13 teams. But now we have a total of 14 teams, a mix of veterans and newcomers to the scene, trying to put their stakes in and see if how well they can really perform against the best of the country.
wow, that is awesome. So yeah, guys. By the way, thank you for joining. My name is Enzo, one of the hosts, along with Rain and Asterisk here, and I hope that you enjoy the draft night. So, with this new season, we have a lot of different and new exciting mechanics to spice things up, and I'm pretty sure the captains are aware of this. Later on, we'll discuss more about this. And just to give you an overview of what the PPTL is all about, I'll give the floor to the handsome macho Asterisk here.
Okay, so thank you, Enzo. No? So I'm very glad to be here with you guys. So here's Enzo, my co-host. Ito si Rain, si Mr. World's invite secured, visa secured, and plane ticket secured, no? So, yeah, we have a lot of new mechanics for the league, no? This would be the 10th installation, but technically not PPTL S10 yet because we're saving that for a very special benchmark. But, you could say this is our kind of a filler season, but as Reina said, no, very special season, not just in the number of players, but in the quality of the players and all the new exciting mechanics we have in store for all the players. So, um, a lot of new mechanics, no, kind of in place to address some feedback, right, and some issues that were encountered in the previous runs. So the very first one I'm excited to talk about is we are implementing a PP system, right, for the Swiss and the uh, the Swiss in the different seeded runs para maiwasan natin what happened in the previous seasons we're in. A few strong players, no, you see their names every week.
Every single
So
week.
yeah, so I believe this is really going to encourage, no, a very holistic and kind of approach to team building na lahat kayo, right, nag-improve and everybody is getting field time na makapag-participate. So how do you guys
So,
feel about this one?
hang on, sorry. What is the PPC? I mean, how does it exactly work for those who are new to the league?
Mm, right. So let's say, for example, no, in the first Swiss rounds, right? In the first seeded weeks natin, uh, each player is only going to have a limited number of PP or like yung mga no consume every time they get fielded every week. So let's say, for example, three of us in a team, and for the first week, we're going to be fielding Enzo and Rain, right? That's -1 to your 4 PP. So that's going to mean for the rest of the Swiss run, right? Limited na lang yung times that you get to play because we are consuming power points or PP. So how do you guys feel about that one?
So we're like Pokemon now. You can only use a certain player on a limited time. What if your
Yes.
opponent has pressure? Does that count?
So wala pa naman tayong abilities for this one. No?
Wala
And
pang pressure system.
wala pa. Yeah, that's a new one. And we also have some new rules for drafting. Okay. This was a pretty, I guess, inside joke for the league back then. Yung mga nakukulong or yung mga naging prisoners, no? We'll talk more about that later kapag nag-draft rules recap tayo. But we have a lot of new pakulo, right? And diluluto for our draft later. Okay. So before we turn over to the next part of the program, you guys have anything left to say to our audience?
So I think one, thank you for joining us here. We really appreciate you for the captains we here. I think it's best that we do a quick recap of what's in store for the draft rules. Because I'm pretty sure that based on experience, the draft rules is gonna be one very exciting and tactical night for each and everyone. People have been preparing for this, doing backdoor negotiations, handshakes, backstabbing, the drama, the tea is everywhere. And I'm excited to hear more about this. later on as we progress through the night.
Yeah,
For
that,
me, I'm just
yeah, go
very
ahead,
much
Rain.
excited seeing all the newcomers from the different locals, the different official tournaments that TPC, the Pokemon Company, has hosted here. I've seen a lot. I've seen the player registrants, a lot of rookies coming from the Master Ball League, from the Premier Ball League, and the different grassroots tournaments that we've been setting up in the different regions of the Philippines. So very, very much excited for our rookies to experience our little scene and community.
Yeah, now that you mention it, no, rookies, right? Pero baka magulat kayo, wala munang spoilers for the draft. Pero baka makakita kayo ng names later sa draft natin, no? These are players who have played in the TPCI circuit, right? So that's a bit of a sneak peek for what we're going to see later in the draft. Okay? So now, may we turn over the floor if Francis opening remarks for the league. We give the floor to him, no, yung creator na ating league. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sige. So, yeah, I think we're gonna be good to proceed with the next part, which is yung draft rules recap natin. Okay, so could we have our short presentation? So, here's just a quick rundown. I believe yung mga captains natin, they have been briefed about yung rules ng ating drafting, right? Very important. As Enzo has said earlier, marami ang planning that went into the drafting, right? A lot of deals, a lot of scheming, but we have to abide by certain rules. So let's go by let's go by the very important ones. Okay? So we're mostly going to focus over the new changes, right? Kasi marami sa atin dito nakapag-experience na ng draft. Okay? So very important, the first one is that we are going to be using the auction style format. So in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, if nakapunta na kayo sa Puerto Miranda, right? To fish for some supplies or to get some held items for legendary Pokemon. Ganon yung style natin. So everything's going to be in order. Meron tayong designated but randomized order for nominations ng mga players to draft. And then after we have nominated these players, we will be also bidding one by one in order, right? The order we're going to be following is also yung designated natin na order for nomination. Okay, so that's it, no, for the auction style format. Very important also. Can we move back a bit? Yeah, thanks. So we're also going to be having time allotments para sa mga action during the auction. So for the nominations, each captain, no, respectively, will be given 15 seconds para mag-nominate.
Wow.
Yeah, 15 seconds. So they really have to make the best, right, of the time that they are given. And then after, right, those 15 seconds, pag may na-nominate na tayong player, doon sa ating Discord threads, sa auction house threads, no, they will be signifying whether they will be joining or backing out sa simula pa lang. You're gonna see later kung bakit mahalaga na decisive tayo if we're going to be joining or backing out, right? And they're given 15 seconds. Lahat yan, sabay-sabay ng teams, 15 seconds to decide whether they're gonna join or back out. Now,
Wow.
let's say for the sake of an example, meron na tayong list of teams that have decided to join the auction. Okay? Doon tayo sa bidding part, and again, we will be following an order, one team at a time to place their bids, but only 10 seconds. So, make the best decisions, right, with the time that we are given. Move on for the next slide, please. Yan. So, heto na tayo on the draft itself. One of the interesting changes, right, to encourage yung pag-scout and pag-discover ng new talent is that sa
Mm-hmm.
first round or the first rotation of our draft, we will be having what's called the seedling round. So for the first rotation of the draft, yung unang 14 na mag-draft natin for the league, okay, only rookies may be called for nomination. Okay, so a lot of young blood, a lot of young talent here. So Enzo and Ray, no, for your respective teams, nakapag-scout na ba tayo?
Young seems to be a
Again.
very subjective term for our rookies this
Yes,
season, no?
they are.
Yeah,
And I don't think the level of rookies would be the same sa rookie title that they will hold
It's a very
as the
diverse roster this season. I think this is the
which is
most diverse we've ever had.
which is really
that's
fun. I
true. That's
mean,
true.
you may think that, oh, this is just a newbie, a rookie, but turns out baka siya pa mag-carry ng team nyo. So, captains, you should have done your research, and I'm pretty sure you did, and I'm hope and excited to see your first picks.
Yeah, that's true. So we can anticipate that the first one or two rounds or rotations is going to be the most impactful. Kasi napakalaga, pag tingnan nyo yung second clause ng seedling round, okay, a team may only bid for sophomores or veterans when they have already drafted a rookie. So very important talaga that the very first player draft is a rookie kasi even if tapos na yung first rotation or the seedling round, pero wala pa kayong na-draft na rookie, you will not be allowed to bid on any sophomores or veterans. So, get your rookies ASAP. Okay? That's a non-negotiable. Now, we mentioned earlier na mahalaga na dapat decisive tayo whether to join or back out from a bid, right? Immediately. And that is because for this draft, we will be having what's called the entry fee. So,
Oh,
upon deciding to join, a auction or an auction, right, for a single player, lahat ng mga nag-decide na sasama for that auction, $100,000 will be reduced or mababawas agad sa
Mhm.
budget nila. Makuha man nila yung player or hindi, okay, they will be paying that entry price to join the bid. Okay. So, a lot of these changes, no, you may notice na back then in the previous drafts, very strategic yung parang pagpapump ng value and pag-join ng vid. So, now we're putting a bit of a cost, right, for that very
a
broken
safeguard.
strategy. So, wala tayong masyadong mapapump this time, or at least there's kind of a safeguard against it. And doubling down on that, we have the toxic orb rule. So, in the event na meron na lang tatlong teams left in the auction for a single player, mag-double yung minimum increment for the bid. So for example, no, we always start at increments of 100,000. Pero pag tapos na yung rotation, nakapag-bid na yung tatlong teams, it's gonna become 200,000. And
Oh.
after the second rotation, 400,000 and so on. So we really can't have much of stalling here, no. But okay, after the end of that bid, it's gonna come back down to 100k. Okay, so next slide tayo.
Sorry, question. So, just for us to understand how impactful that toxic orb is, how much ba ang starting money ng mga captains natin?
So we will be having $10 million for this bid. And as you can see, it really adds up. No, if you do the math, it's
Yes.
really going to be add up if you keep joining or joining these bids. Okay.
Yeah, it
So
really adds a new layer of strategy, this buy-in fee or the entry fee for the captains. So you really need to think twice if you really want to join um, the bidding for a nominee.
So, parang
mhm,
panliligaw
mhm.
lang pala, no? Committed ka, tas willing kang gumastos on your first date. Di ka pa sure
Yeah,
kung
that's
makukuha ka
true.
o sasagutin ka, no?
Yeah, totoo. Kasi whether you get the player or not, you have to pay the entry fee. Okay?
Yes.
So watch out for that, captains. And another mechanic here, kapag we only have three teams left, no, in the auction battle, we have what's called the trainer's choice. Or when we were conceptualizing this, no, ang comparison niya is yung the voice. So yung I want you. But of course for Pokemon, we have I choose you. So in the event na meron na lang tatlong teams left in auction, one of those three teams can call for a trainer's choice. Okay? Once they call for trainer's choice, doon sa ating player's lobby, no, there will be 10 seconds para yung player na nominee, no, the player who is up for auction, siya mismo yung mamimili sino dun sa tatlong teams yung gusto niya. So, back then we had these so-called prisoners, right? So hopefully by this time, medyo remedy na yon kasi meron na tayong I choose you, my trainer's choice na tayo. So, what happens after a player up for auction chooses the team, no, who will be getting, kasi sila yung winners, sila yung napili, they will be paying the highest standing bid. Okay? And this is a pretty impactful mechanic as well kasi teams can only call for TC once for the entire draft. Okay? So make sure not only na yung bibigyan nyo ng trainer's choice is going to pick you, but also they are present, no, sa ating draft tonight. Because if the draft returns, no, the draft's going to return to regular procedure if within those 10 seconds hindi nag-respond si trainer, no, that was called up for TC. Okay? And very likely we might go to the toxic orb rule if that happens. Now, ano naman mangyayari kapag dalawa na lang yung left no and the auction? We're gonna be going to sudden death wherein teams are given one final chance to back out or one final bid for the auction player. So, how is this going to work out? If in the remaining two, andun yung nominating team, then they shall go second, right? That's their advantage. However, if the nominating team is not anymore participating in sudden death, we're gonna be following the regular bidding order. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, I believe this is the last one. Again, since we are implementing timeliness, right? We're implementing timekeeping in our draft. We do have some penalties for some violations. Of course, in the event that teams fail, no, hindi nila magawa yung action nila within the allotted time, for example, nomination or bidding, their action is going to be skipped. Okay, so that's an offense. And likewise, if a team violates yung action order because we do have a designated order, it will also count as an offense. So we have four levels here, no? Wherein may corresponding penalties if may violations. The first offense is a formal warning. The second one, it merits na they lose their next nominating turn. Okay, so they won't be able to nominate a player. For the third offense, they will be unable to bid sa next na player up for auction. And for the fourth offense, no, wala naman siguro aabot at this point, but ejection from the draft, and then their team is going to be composed of the remaining draft pool. So I believe that is it for all the new mechanics sa ating draft. I believe we can proceed, no? Okay, so how do you guys feel about the new rules?
One, that's a lot of change, kumbaga, for this season. But I'm really glad, especially for the trainer's choice. Now we have the option, or rather, the people have the option to choose where they belong, and they can grow. Yes, we are. Thank you from the voice of the heavens.
Si boss.
So, manager. Manager,
Okay.
i-cash ko mamaya.
Yeah, so I think we are getting ready for the ceremonial countdown bago simula ang ating draft. Okay? So, are we ready for the countdown?
Yes.
Yeah, let's get the show
Again.
on the road, man.
Mhm.
Okay, so for the captains, punta na yung attention natin sa ating live draft board. We will be officially starting the PPTL draft. Of course, following our designated order, the first, no, for the first rotation, ang unang team who will be nominating, right, the very first player who will be drafted for the league is none other than the Azalea Jollibees. You have 15 seconds for your nomination. Again, doon sa ating auction house threads. Okay, so for the very first player who was nominated for the draft is going to be Geodude. Okay, so for the captains, you will be given 15 seconds sabay-sabay to react to Ram's message, whether you will be joining or backing out. Okay,
Oh.
so while we're doing that, okay, what do my co-hosts think of this nominee?
Well, for me, Geo dude is I believe a rookie. Okay, and look at that achievement. top four sa 2025 Master Ball League, 2025 Pokemon World Championship Qualifier, and Pokepal SmackDown Top 6 Limitless Tournament. So I believe this person has a lot of basics already ingrained in his system. So how about you?
Okay, so we're gonna actually have to go on with the bids now. Ayan na, nakikita na kung sino yung mga out and join. So for the very first, okay, for the very first team that has decided to join the bid, we have the Artisan Archangel. So please put in, yeah, so automatically, AJB has to have 1 million, right, starting bid since they did nominate Geo. So kindly put that in na lang while the bid is starting. Okay, so 1.4 for the Artisan Archangels and the Star Assassins. 10 seconds to bid. We are counting down. Okay, then dito naman tayo sa my post-wick blast burns. 10 seconds starts now for your bid. Okay, so that would be yeah, we have 4, 3, 2, 1
There
second
we
left.
go.
So post-wick has been skipped for this bid.
No, they
Okay,
have
EG.
made one.
Ayan, okay, meron na pala. Yeah, my bad. Okay. So immediately followed by EGE, we have 1.7. Levincia, 10 seconds for your bid starts now.
Okay, we have someone who they bid 2M.
Okay, starts na. Sige. So we're gonna be restarting the rotation. Now, AJB, do you have another bid or will you be backing out? 10 seconds starts now. Okay, I believe that's 2.6 million. Okay, now, okay, Artisan Archangels, 2.7 million. Anistar Assassins, are we going to contend?
They are very quick on this, and this is a lot of money already. During the first,
Ayan na eh. Okay, that's
grabe,
over 2.8. Okay, post-wick, how much are we betting on Geo?
they're nearing 30% of their entire budget for one player. Wow.
Oo nga guys, be mindful 2.9 million. Okay,
And
EGE.
three from EGE.
3 million out of 10
Wow.
million. Okay, Levincia. 3.2 million. Okay, lalaban
Eh,
ba tayo, Azalea?
nobody's backing out yet. 3.3 and
3.3. Okay,
3.5.
immediately followed by Artisan 3.5. Okay, how about
They,
Anistar?
they already have a budget for this.
Grabe.
We have
Everybody
a very.
wants to get Geo for their team.
This is one hot rookie.
Okay, 5 seconds left for Anistar.
And I think
Okay, I believe that's Anistar skip. Okay, doon naman tayo sa my post-wick. Okay, are we going to contend with the current highest bid? Okay, 3.6 by post-wick. We are not backing down for
3.7.1 in
Gio.
EGE.
Okay, EGE. Okay, next. Okay, Levincia is still in this. Are we going to contend?
4
4 million! Oh my god, that's almost
40%
half
their
of their
entire
budget.
budget.
Okay, AGB, what are we going to do? Laban pa
Okay,
ba?
4.1.
4.1. We are
Out.
not stopping.
And we have an official
Artisan.
out.
Artisan backs out. Okay. Postwick. Are we joining or are we backing out? We have 7, 6,
4.2.
4.2 million. Okay, EGE. What are we going to do? 4.3 million.
4.3.
My God, we are still fighting. Levincia, how are we doing?
Can we get a higher value out of this? Come on.
Can we go higher? 5 seconds left for Levincia to
Three,
bid or back out.
two,
Uh,
one.
okay. Okay, we made it in time. 4.4 million. AJB, what are we doing? We're currently at, okay, AJB is
AJB is
out.
out.
Post-wick. Post-wick, what are we doing? Lalaban ba tayo sa 4.4 million? Okay?
Toxic
So,
Orb
8.
is in
Ah,
the
yeah, yeah. Toxic Orb is active. So for the tech team, be mindful lang ha. Active na yung Toxic Orb. 4.5
Is
million for
that I think
post-wick
that
blast burns.
I think because of the toxic orb that would not count because it has to be double. It has to be a minimum of 4.6.
No, no, no. Mamaya pa yon pagkatapos ng unang cycle. Okay?
Ah, okay.
So, yeah, EGE is going to be 4.6, right? Okay, Levencia, laban pa ba? Tatlo na tayo dito.
Okay, ito na.
Okay,
4.7.
Levencia, 4.7. Okay, now, Toxic Orb is active. The increment minimum is going to be 200,000. So, if post-wick, okay, go ahead, make your bid or back out. That's gotta be 4.9 minimum. Okay?
4.9.
4.9. Tinapatan
One
talaga ni
more
post-wick.
try. Just
Okay,
one more
Evergrande
try of that.
Emperors. Okay. Are we staying in the game or backing out? You have 6, 5, 4,
Four,
3,
three,
2,
two,
1. Okay,
out.
EGE is out. Okay, sudden death na tayo. We have Postwick and we have Levencia. So, we're gonna be following the original draft order since wala dito yung nominating team.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Postwick, one final bid for Gio. Okay, ano yung bid na sa tingin nyo is going to be hindi kayang tapatan ng Levencia. Okay, so 10 seconds for that. One final bid. And whoever bids the highest wins Geo Dude. Okay, so 5.1 for post-wick. Okay, eto naman tayo sa Levencia. One final bid. Or if you're gonna be going out and you're gonna be giving it to post-wick, that's your choice to make. Okay? 10 seconds is rolling. We have 8, 7, 6,
Six,
5, 4,
four,
3,
three, and that's
2,
five.
5.3. Okay, so since that is sudden death, we only have one bid. Geodude goes to Levincia Leviathans. Okay?
Wow.
So let's have our tech team reflect that system for this one. Okay, are we ready for the next nomination?
Of course, our captains are ready. They are
Ayan,
excited
okay.
for it.
Ready na tayo. Okay, so Blackthorn Conquerors, may we have your nomination? 15 seconds starts now.
And while they're nominating, can I just say that was an insane draft? And looks like Blackthorn has immediately brought up Keanu for nomination. Off
Wow.
rip.
Okay, Keanu.
Woo!
Okay, let
Opening
me put that
salvo
in.
101.
Yes, Keanu. Okay, so teams, you have 10 seconds to decide whether you're joining or backing out.
Mhm.
Okay, what do you guys think, no, of these accomplishments?
Keanu, of course, a rookie, first time joining this season. I believe he's based in the US. He's been joining a lot of PPCI events. Got top 32 in the World Championship Series last year in Hawaii. Top 8 in the Indianapolis Regionals. I'm not quite sure which year this was. I'm going to assume this is the most recent one, this season's Indianapolis Regionals. And a couple of day twos in his belt for the
Okay.
TPCI events. One of the well experienced rookies for sure.
Definitely a very valuable pickup. So we're going to be starting with Azalea Jollibees. Okay,
Mhm.
so since BCC nominated, okay, si Keanu, they will be putting down 1 million upfront before Azalea Jollibees can make their bid. So can we have that on the draft board? Okay, Azalea goes
1.1
to
immediately.
1. Okay, Anistar, what are we thinking? 1.2 for Anistar. Okay. Lumios, how much are we betting on for Keanu?
For a high profile player, I'm surprised there's only 5 teams who
3
decided to join.
million.
3 million immediately for Lumios Titans. What
Okay.
the heck?
Kitakami, let's go. 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds to bid or back out. 3.1.
So 3.1, playing the slow game, lakad muna.
Okay, let's go back to Azalea. What are we doing? Keep bidding. 3.2 for Keanu. Okay, let's have that in. Now, Blackthorn. Lalaban ba tayo with all these monster bids? 4 million from Joko Pao.
Immediately. You're
Okay,
just skipping
Anistar.
it already.
Let's go big for the. Let's go big. Let's start big. Okay, Anistar. Okay, you have 7 seconds left to bid.
Or if you want to back out, so 4.2.
4.2. No, no backing out, sir. Lumios Titans. How are we
They
feeling
want him.
about
They want Keanu
4.2
so
million?
bad.
4.5.
4.5.
Ay, kita kami.
These teams do not care about the 100,000 increments for now. But it looks like Kitakami playing it a
No,
bit
no, no.
playing it slow. 4.6.
Okay, Kitakami. I think we skipped Kitakami. Kasi yung, yeah, that's 4.6 yung kay Rennie. So that's gonna be one warning for AJB. We're still waiting for Kitakami Brewsters. 4.6. Okay, there's the
Yeah.
4.6. Okay,
So
now AJB. What do we think?
yeah.
Laban ka
So
ba sa
AJB can
4.6
now
million?
bid, but gentle reminder, just to
Mhm.
keep an eye on the draft order so we can follow who's still inside, in the who's still in contention. But it looks like Blackthorn Conquerors just backed out of the
Out.
bid for Keanu.
Okay.
The very
Anistar.
team that nominated him. Anistar?
How are you feeling, Anistar? 5
Ooh, 5
million.
million. That
Over half of
is
their
half
current
of the
budget.
budget already.
5.1
Not.
Lumios. We are not backing down. Okay. Kitakami. This is getting crazy. 5.2 million. This is not slowing down. Azalea. Grabe. Okay, out na si Azalea. Okay, so one more rotation before the toxic orb happens. So, Anistar, are we gonna fight? Okay? Nang ngayong nasa 5
Yeah.
million mark na tayo.
Yeah. So we are still following the 100,000 increments. So after Kitakami's turn, we'll be going into the toxic orb. But
Okay,
yes, Anistar, will we
Anistar, 5
be?
more seconds. Out.
Oh, Anistar
Anistar is
backing
out.
out. So we
Okay, so
are
sudden death ulit
at
tayo.
sudden death.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So currently the win or the highest bid is 5.2 million following the original order natin. Lumios Titans, one last bid or are you going to back out for our sudden death round?
One last bid. 6 million.
6 million. Okay,
At
kita ka.
60% already.
Papantayan ba natin yan?
And if you think about it, they're
Tatalbog ba?
buying Keanu 6.1 million.
6.1.
Oh,
Okay, so Keanu goes to Ketakami Brewsters.
wow.
Oh my
How
God.
much did
These-
Gio go for last round?
I think that's in the neighborhood of 4 or 5 million. My God, we just keep getting higher.
God.
Okay,
Crazy,
let's just
crazy,
wait for the tech.
crazy.
Excited to see what
Grabe,
will
Damn,
be the budgets of the teams by the second round.
true.
sunog
So,
na,
but
oh.
for now, let's wait for the
Okay.
tech team to reflect the changes needed. So that is Keanu going to the Kitakami Brewmasters, but off rip for the third round, we have the Cinnabar Hydras nominating Aiga. So that's Joel
Okay.
Victor Lorilla. Attended a lot of local events or grassroots tournaments.
Mhm. So we have 5 more seconds for players to decide
Mhm.
whether they're joining or backing out.
Okay, so far we only have 3 teams joining in
Yeah.
2 teams rather joining in for this one.
Okay. Oh my God, okay. So looking at the current status, meron tayong 3 teams who have decided to join. Okay? So immediately after the first rotation, toxic or bagad tayo dito. Let's just wait for the tech team
Actually,
to have
no,
all
this
3 teams.
is sudden death immediately.
Sudden death agad. Okay,
Yes,
sige,
we
sige.
only have 2
So,
teams. So that's Cinnabar Hydras who nominated Aiga and the Heart Home
okay.
Exorcist.
So since Cinnabar nominated Aiga first, no, ang mauuna maglalapag ng bid nila, only one bid is going to be Hearth Home Exorcists. So, what is going to be our bid for Aiga?
So the minimum that they can bid for this is 1.1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Since they nominated Aiga, Cinnabar immediately drops 1 million, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the minimum is 1.1. 2 million
2
from
mil?
Hearth Home. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so this is a
Cinnabar
very
Hydras.
good position for Cinnabar. Not too big of a bid for
Tama,
a
yeah,
rookie
very
that they
economic.
nominated.
Mm-hmm. So
2.1
2.1.
from
Okay, so
RB.
Aiga goes to Cinnabar Hydras. Okay? So that's gonna be our third player. So let's just wait for the tech team to finalize right the layout. And we'll be waiting for our fourth nominee
Mhm. I
from
believe
Artisan
that the
Archangel.
Archangels, yes, sir.
Okay, so 15 seconds for Artisan for their nominee.
We
They
got
choose
Carrot.
Carrot. Okay. Right. So, uh, rookie player, right, attended the 2024 Premier Ball League and the Master Ball League. Okay. So, teams, you have 10 seconds to choose whether you're going to be joining or backing out of this one. We have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So, tech team. Okay. I
We
believe
have one, pahabol,
we have one. Okay.
which is ice. So yeah,
Uncontested
you
pa,
got
yeah, it's
contested. So that's
uncontested.
1 million
Okay,
off rib.
okay. Carrot goes
Sulit.
to Artisan. Sulit!
Sulit.
Okay, excuse me. Dito na tayo sa my auction number 5 is going to be the nomination from Anistar Assassins. So Anistar, who are we feeling for auction house? E1 G5.
I'm gonna assume that's pronounced as eggs.
Eggs ba? Okay. Okay, eggs. All right, sige. So eggs, no? It's going to be mhm.
So we have 3 teams so far. I'm reading this right. 3 teams so far who have
Yes,
decided to join the
decided to
eggs
join.
bidding. So
For now,
eggs,
I believe.
Enrique, Ignacio, Santos, top 40 of the 2025 MBL. So not bad. Coming up from like
Mhm.
the top half of the players who joined the Master Ball League. Believe we were at 81, 82, no?
Yeah, yeah. So definitely top half talaga. Okay, so let's just wait for the sheet to update. Who's going to be joining and who's going to be backing out before we start the bids. Okay, ayan. So yeah, I think we can start now. So up front, 1 million for Anistar for nominating eggs, right? And then the next bid after that one, Blackthorn, you can bid as low as 1.1 million. Okay, so 10 seconds for Blackthorn. Ayan na, 1.1 million from
Make
Blackthorn.
it slow.
Okay, Artisan. Okay, 1.5. Anistar, how are we feeling? Okay, Anistar. 1.6 million, followed by Hearthome Hexorcists. How are we feeling? 1.7. Balik tayo sa Blackthorn. How much are we willing to bid for eggs? 1.8 million. Okay, back to you, Artisan. 1.9 million. Wow, there's very contested. Okay, Anistar, how are you feeling? 2.1. Okay, medyo tumataas na. Okay, Hearthome, your turn. 2.2. Wow. Okay, we're not slowing down. Blackthorn, how do we feel? Okay, Blackthorn is out. Okay, so one more rotation before Toxic Orb comes into play. Artisan, how do we feel about eggs? Okay, Artisan is also out. Okay, sudden death na. Okay, so since it was nominated by Anistar, I believe, yung unang magbibigay ng bid nila is going to be Hearthome Exorcist. So one final bid for sudden death. Okay, Hearthome, what is your final bid for eggs? You have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, out. So eggs goes to Anistar. So the team na nag-nominate sa kanya. Okay?
So that's
Alright, so let's
2.1
just
million for rookie. Not bad.
yeah, not bad, definitely. For the most intense part of the draft, definitely. 2.1. Okay, so let's go for the sixth nominee. Right, and this one's going to be coming from the post-week blast burns. You have 15 seconds for your nominee. Ryujin. Okay. So that's going to be Ryujin. Okay. So for our teams, you're going to be having 10 seconds to decide kung in or out tayo. Okay?
So Ryujin
Okay, we
or
have
Calrevillo has joined also a couple of the grassroots tournaments that we have. Met him a couple
mhm.
of times already. He went 4-2. We went 4-2 in the Master Ball League, the recent Master Ball League. Sadly, bubbling out of Top Cut. I also
Mhm.
finished 4-4 in the Pokecon Cup last year.
Okay,
So I
so I
know,
think
is this
sudden
all
death
of it?
agad 'to? Yeah,
Off
sudden death
rip.
agad.
Yeah. So
Okay,
this
sige,
was nominated by
post-week.
Postwick, right?
Yeah. So, Azalea yung magbibigay ng kanilang one final bid for Ryujin. So, 15 seconds, Azalea. Pag-isipan ng mabuti. What's a bid that's going to probably go uncontested? Okay, if we're feeling drafting Ryujin. Okay. 1.5 million, one final bid for Azalea. Okay, post-week. How are we feeling?
They have to beat it. There's yep, yeah, of
Yeah,
course. They did nominate him.
it's a pretty good deal. Okay, so Ryujin goes to post week again. We're seeing a trend na napupunta sa nominating team. Okay, so we're gonna be heading to our seventh nominee, and that's going to be yeah, we're gonna be having Balonlea Bayonets. Okay, so Balonlea, you have 15 seconds to name your nominee
Mhm.
for round 7. So we have Wimo. Okay, let me just get the draft board. Yan.
Yes.
Okay.
So Wimu, aka Cyril Noya, not a lot of achievements to his name for now, but that's normal for a rookie. So that's BB, the Banlay Bayonets, hoping to put some achievements up their belt. But while waiting for everyone to see if they're going to opt in, we only have 6 teams so far with rookies. So that's
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Anistar, Archangels, the Hydras, the Brewmasters, Leviathans, and the Blastburns with their own respective rookies. It looks
Okay,
like we have
so
enough time. No one
mhm.
is joining in.
So this is gonna go uncontested for
Yeah,
1
that
million. Huh?
yeah, that is 1 million for Wemo going to the Balanlea Bayonets.
Okay, so that's a pretty good pickup. Okay, so number 8, nominee number 8
The
from
Lumios Titans, yeah.
Lumios Titans. Okay, so captains, be mindful lang. Okay, we have LJ. Right. So 10 seconds for the teams to join or back out. So be mindful, captains, ha, by the time na rotation to na tayo, we're gonna be more vigilant in
Mhm,
checking, no, the teams who have rookies yet or don't have rookies yet, because hindi kayo pwede mag-bid, right, for sophomores or veterans
mhm,
pag wala kayong na-draft na rookie.
mhm.
Okay? So we're still waiting for players to join or back out of this bid.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, it
So
looks
last
like LT
30
Rap
seconds. Oh,
has
okay na
nominated
ba?
LJ, aka Liam Saronka,
Mhm.
aka Wilfred VGC, one of the I think he's a Tarapagus one trick.
Oh.
Like that's his profile picture on Twitter. The top 16 worlds in the seniors division last year. Lot of regional top eights for the senior divisions as well. He is US based as well, playing a lot of TPs in the TPCI circuit.
Mhm. So again, it's going to be another strong contention. So we start with Azalea Jollibees for your first bid after Lumios Titans 1 million. Okay, 15 seconds. Sorry, 10 seconds rather. AJB goes in with 3 million right off the
Hmm.
bat. Okay, Blackthorn, how are we feeling?
Fighting
3.1
again,
million.
3.1.
Bilis. Okay, Cinnabar Hydras, how are we doing? 3.2
Mhm.
million. Okay.
I think
Artisan, what's the plan? 4 million.
wow, they do
Oh,
not. I think it goes without saying already. Apart from being US based, a part of a lot of achievements up this rookie's belt, he also. I'm sure the captains did their research already. Liam actually won the recent Portland regionals in the seniors division.
mm-hmm. Definitely.
Five
So,
million.
EGE,
So Wilfred here is, of course, one of the big names in the rookie roster for sure.
so 4 seconds left for EGE. 4, 3, 2. Sorry, what was that? Wait, dapat pa kami first after LT says start. Right. Sorry, sorry. Sorry, sorry. Oh, we went with the, we went with the, uh,
So
yeah,
it
yeah, we went with the
looks
order.
like the
Yeah, okay.
5 million bid from the LT will be voided. Just the LT one,
Uh,
right? So we just to
yeah,
backtrack. So the bids from Azalea to Archangel should still
Oh, no,
Um,
no, we're gonna be remaking. We're gonna be remaking.
remake,
Okay.
remake.
Sorry guys for that one. Okay. So 1 million, right? Starting bid for Lumios Titans. Immediately followed by EGE. 1.1 million for EGE. Okay. GSN, Garbodors. I believe this is the first time we're gonna be seeing them. 4 million for GSN.
Whoa.
Okay. Followed by Kitakami Brewsters for the next bid.
Backing
KBS.
out.
Okay.
4 million, a
Sige,
bit
sige.
too much for. I mean, they don't have the money for him anyway.
Oo nga. Hindi na kaya mag-contend. Okay? So we're gonna be going to AJB for the next
Four
draft.
milli to beat.
4.1 from Azalea. Okay? Blackthorn, how are we feeling? 4.2 followed by Cinnabar Hydras. 4.3 million. Okay, so no signs of stopping. 5 million from Artazon. Okay, Lumios Titans, 5 million is the current price.
They want this kid,
5.1.
man.
Okay, EGE out. EGE is going to
Backing
be
out.
out. And then dito na tayo sa my Geosense Garbodors. 5.1 is the current bid. 5.3. Talpak
Wow.
lang. Okay, AJB. 5.4 million. Okay, Blackthorn. Blackthorn is gonna be out. And that puts us
Right.
at Cinnabar Hydras. Also out.
Mhm.
Okay? So, tatlo na lang ba? Tama?
Mhm.
Okay,
So
so
that
that's gonna be
was
3.
Hydra's out. Ooh.
So, Lumios, tama, no?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. So 5.5. Again, after this rotation, effective na yung Toxic Orb rule. So 5.5 for Lumios. Out na yung Geosense Garbodors, and we're gonna be going to Sudden Death. Okay? So since Lumios Titans is the nominating team, ang unang maglalapag ng kanilang final bid is AJB. Okay? So AJB, you have 10 seconds for your final bid for Wilfred.
This is so
Okay?
tense.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out.
Oh, they
Okay.
backing out.
After a tough battle,
Woo!
Wilfred goes
LT.
to Lumios Titan.
They want this
Okay.
kid.
Uh-huh.
But so that's 5.5 for Wilfred, but the highest bid so far is still Keanu. That
Mhm.
was 6.1 million Poké Dollars.
Right. So we're gonna be going to the ninth uh ninth nominee, right? From Leverage Lechonks. Okay, Vince. They nominate Vince. That's gonna be 1 million upfront from Leverage. Okay, 10 seconds for the teams to decide whether they want to join the bid or back out.
So Vince was the runner up in the Prism Break Heart Stamp. So that was one of the, I believe it was one of the Iloilo VGC scene. They put up a multi-battle tournament there. That was
Mm.
a, believe that was a Valentine's event.
Ah.
Okay,
So
so
very
that's enough
fun
time,
format.
right?
Yeah, I believe that's enough. So wait, are we going uncontested for Vince?
Yeah, it looks
Okay,
like it.
so yeah, Vince to Leverage, right?
To leverage the
So we're
Trump.
moving pretty fast. Okay, so dun na tayo sa 10th nominee. This is going to be courtesy of Hearthhome Hexorcists. Okay, so 15 seconds for Hearthhome to come up with their nominee. Gonna nominate Josh. Okay, so let's find Josh. Yeah, also a rookie. Okay, so that's 1 million upfront from Hearthhome. Then 10 seconds for the teams to decide whether they want to join or back out from the auction.
9 teams backing out. Only one. We got 2
Okay.
teams though who've opted
Okay.
in. We've got the Blackthorn Conquerors wanting to fight for Josh here.
Okay, so is this going to go to sudden death with the two of them here?
Yep. If time's up, we can
Yeah.
proceed with a
Okay.
sudden death
Sige,
already.
sudden death tayo. So it's going to be Blackthorn first. to come up with their final bid for Josh. So 10
One
seconds,
time, big
Blackthorn, what are
time.
we feeling? 1.5 million. Okay? Hearthhome, what's going to be final bid? 1.6. So, yan na, pick up na for Hearthhome. Josh.
Snatching
Okay?
it.
Right, all right.
Yeah, Hearthhome
So,
gets
for
their
the
own rookie.
11th nominee from the Evergrande Emperor. So, EGE, you will be having 15 seconds for your nominee. Okay, so we have France as the nominee, right? From EGE. Okay, so for the teams, you will be having 10 seconds to decide whether you want to join or back out from this auction. Okay, so a lot of achievements here, not for a rookie. Pretty impressive list of achievements. Let's
Sipag
give the
nito.
team some more time. Oo nga eh.
Imagine playing in the global challenge with no incentive.
So, best of one god right here.
Yeah, dude. France, the Bowen demon.
Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I believe
Yeah,
France
that
goes
is uncontested.
uncontested.
Yep.
Yeah, EGE, 1 million. Okay,
Good
that
pickup.
puts us
Finally gets
at
their own rookie.
uh-huh, auction number 12. This is going to be a nomination courtesy of the Geosench Garbador. So, Geosench, you'll be having 15 seconds for your nominee. Abin, okay? Let's find that in the ayan. Okay? So, for the teams, 10 seconds to decide whether you want to join or opt out of this auction.
So Abin here, clearly a rookie, but clearly not a rookie within the with when it comes to VGC. He's clearly very active within the Iloilo scene. Seen a lot of competition within that region already.
Definitely, very strong region in the Philippines. So, yeah, time is almost up. I believe that's going to be two teams,
Yeah.
right? That's going to be fighting for Abin. And since Geosenj nominated them, ang una na magbibigay ng kanilang final bid is going to be Blackthorn Conqueror. So, Blackthorn, make your choice count. Only one bid
A
for this player.
consistent 1.5
1.5.
bid for the rookies, man. For the
Playing it
sudden
safe.
death
Okay,
bids.
Geosenj,
Yeah,
1.6.
snatching
So,
and
that's,
being for
yep.
1.6.
That's a pretty easy pickup for Geosenj. And then for our 13th nominee, coming from Levincia Leviathan. So 15 seconds for Levincia for your nominee in the Seedling round. 10 seconds left for Levincia to nominate.
Please take note. I believe, only rookies can still be
Yeah.
nominated here.
Okay, so 5
So we
more
have
seconds for
Creamy.
Levincia. No,
Wait,
I
oh, no,
believe,
no, sorry.
yan.
That was just a thing. Vanity.
Binig lang siya. So we have a nominee now, si Vanity. Okay? So, 10 seconds for the teams to decide whether they want to join or opt out of this auction. Okay. Choco Pao, from BCC,
Yep, again,
join.
BCC really wants their rookie now.
Nako,
We only
pag
have two
BCC, parang
rounds
laging
left.
nagsasudden
We
death,
still
ah.
have a couple of 2 rounds left. We only have a couple of teams without rookies yet.
Yep, definitely true. Okay, so 5 more seconds. Okay, ayan na, nagbid na. Nagbid na si Choco Pao actually. So, yeah, 1.2. Then,
Going for 1.5.
wait. Uh-huh.
Yes, because this is sudden death.
Uh-huh. So, sudden death to. Okay, so Levincia is going to be the second one for their final bid. Okay? So, final bid to. Because dalawa lang kayo, it's gonna be a sudden death. So,
So
Levincia,
will
make it count.
Levincia beat it? They do have their rookie already.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so they
Out.
back out.
So, Blackthorn finally gets their rookie. Okay? For the last nomination sa seedling round natin, we have the Kitakami Brewsters. So, Kitakami, you are given 15 seconds to name your nominee for the last nomination sa ating seedling round.
Yeah, so that's going to
Okay.
be Kim Duke, aka Hoshiomi. Instant 1 million. Let's see how many teams will join in for this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We have the Azalea, the Jolly Beast joining in, and it
Mhm.
looks like that's it so far. So that
Okay, so
again, a
it's
sudden
gonna be
death.
going to sudden death. Okay. So, since they were nominated by Kitakami, ang una maglalapag ng kanilang one final bid is Azalea Jollibee. So, Jollibees, you have 10 seconds for your one and final bid. 2 million from Azalea. Okay, so Kitakami, papalag ba tayo? Right, that's kind of a hefty price considering yung current budget
Mm-hmm.
ng Kitakami. So, are we going to fight back sa 2 million ng Azalea Jollibee? So, keep in mind, Azalea could potentially lock them out well if this wasn't
Mm-hmm.
sudden death. But still, 2 million is a pretty big price. Okay, so 5 seconds left for KB. Right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so okay, out si KB and Hoshiomi is going to be going to
Mm-hmm.
Azalea Jollibee. So that marks the end of
Mm-hmm.
our first rotations. And yeah, coming from the tech team here, I believe we can afford like 2 minutes just to recalibrate bago tayo mag-proceed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? With the second round. And I think it's also good if we take note of the team na currently wala pang
Actually,
rookies.
interesting you noted that each team has their own rookie already. So from
Oh,
round two onwards, the different teams can start nominating for sophomores and veterans.
so we're gonna be going down to business very quickly kasi lahat may rookies na.
Again, for the
Okay?
team captains, please take a look at the round two draft orders, since that is what we will be following from here on out.
Mhm, mhm. So
Wow,
this
what
was a
an
pretty
intense.
intense.
Grabe yan. Who would expect that people would be spending half, 40, 60% of their entire budget
Mhm.
on the first
Mhm.
two players?
The highest one is still Keanu at 6.1 million. That went to the KB team.
Yes, but just to give a quick uh thought, I guess. Here you would notice that if you spend a lot of Poké Dollars on set for a player, or you would possibly lose out sa latter part, like what happened to KB right now. AJB just went for 2 million and they know that it's pretty hefty for them at this point to just be at probably what 2 point something, 1.8 na lang siguro sila after nun, and that that's gonna be a hindrance moving forward, especially we still have the veterans season, or rather the veterans phase right now. So what are your thoughts
Mhm.
of who's going where, the current ongoings? What are your thoughts, guys?
Oh, well, you said it best. That was an intense first round. Medyo hindi pa ako maka-get over kung gaano kalaki yung ano, mga naging winning bids for just the first round. Like, grabe.
Percentage wise, mas mataas pa sila sa iyo. I think because last season sa iyo din mataas eh, no? Like
Yeah, and parang hindi sila na-deter nung parang smaller budget natin.
totoo. And people are still bidding for these people despite the entrance fee that we have in place. So let's see later if that entrance fees will bite them in the long run,
Mhm.
because that 100,000 for every single time that they try to join would really pile up in the
Mhm.
next few rounds.
The teams that picked up their very expensive rookies have to really play it with a lot of purpose. We still have one, two, three, four more rounds to go. So
Mhm.
I don't want to name the teams, but you guys know who you are. I'm
Yep.
so
Yeah.
curious how it'll play out in the future rounds. How will they build out their roster?
Keep in mind, marami pa tayong heavy hitters sa
I
roster,
know
no? So
exactly.
those were just the rookies, right? Marami tayong heavy hitters in the rookie section, but we also have some old heads here who are themselves heavy hitters. Okay?
I mean, there are a lot I have in mind right now. I mean,
Mhm.
and with the budget, I fear na grabe sila dun. But anyways, the night is still young and we can probably move. Captains can go ahead and
Mhm.
start round number two,
Yes.
or rather
So
rotation
round number
two.
two, we are going at auction house number 15. No?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So
we
that
have
starting out with the
Lechonks.
lechonks.
The Cebuano Chunks are in
So,
the house. Who are they nominating? And I think they can nominate for
yeah,
sophomores,
they
and
are
that's now.
nominating Earl.
Oh, interesting.
Mhm. So Earl was the team manager of the Mesagoza Mascaras from starting from
Season
season
8.
8 and was the team captain of their sister team, the Winden Tinkatons at season 9. So the team managers, feel free to join in already. Who would like to bid for Earl here?
Okay, so we have
Yeah. So we
the
have the
CH.
Cinnabar Hydras and it looks like it's just the Cinnabar Hydras who would be joining in for the bid for Earl. So
Yes,
this is immediately a sudden death. So Cinnabar Hydras, 10 seconds to make your one and only bid for this.
make it count. 3 million right off the bat. Wow. And I must say, it is worth it because we have a captain level uh, player here who can help manage the team. Earl also has a good track record in terms of win loss percentage in the past 3 seasons. So it's gonna be worth it to spend 3.1 for Earl.
3.1 for Earl going into the chunks. So let's move on to auction house number 16. That is the Heart Home Exorcists nominating Penglin.
Oh ho
The
ho!
limitless warrior, Fonzel Mendoza himself. So a veteran
Yes,
already. I think this is his third season, I believe already. He was the champion
yes,
of the Annister Cup. Placed ninth out of 92 people in the VGC Honolulu Challenge last year, I believe. And
and the
recently
champion
won
for
the. Go
sheer
ahead,
cold
Enzo.
sheer cold tournament by Anistar. I think this guy is loved by the Anistar gods.
Yeah, he's won like multiple, two Anistar hosted tournaments
Tournaments.
already, and the most recent one in sheer cold defended the hometown from the foreigners who joined in the tournament. So right now we have one, two, six. This is six teams, I
Six.
believe,
Yes.
will be joining in.
Of course, we have the Balonlea Bayonets, set of our Hydras, Anistar Assassins as well. And
Mhm,
who else do we have? EGE is on
mhm.
the run. Also, Lechonks are in the fray right now. Okay, this is going to be
So that's
interesting.
six teams. Are we good in the there? So from here, I believe since Hearthome Hexorcists dropped it, we have wait.
I think
Sorry,
it's the Hydras.
EGE Tyrant. It's supposed to be the Hydras that is supposed to bid. So that's a
That's
warning
one
from
running.
EGE. So please put that in. So second, CH, please do bid 3 million immediately for Penglin.
I noticed a pattern on Cinnabar Hotties. They always
Mhm.
bid for 3 million right off the
Right.
bat.
So Anistar Assassins is next.
Okay, how much will they bid? But I think
3.1. Then now it's
very low.
EGE's turn. Timer is ticking. 3.5 for Penglin
3.5?
immediately. And for the Balanlea,
3.6.
3.6. And we're going back to the Lechonks here. La
Oh,
Chonks going out. And for the Hearthome Exorcists, backing out. And for the Hydras, Hydras are also backing out and back to the Anistar Assassins. Again, 3.7 is the minimum bid right now. So we have one more rotation up until we go to a sudden death. Mm,
okay.
right. So that is a skip, I believe, for the Anistar Assassins.
Oh, no, they made it in time with
Umabot
3.7.
ba? 3.7 from the Anistar Assassins. And for EGE backing out. Right, so we are
Okay.
going into
It's
sudden
a
death.
sudden
I
death.
believe. So remind me, I believe, who is going first for sudden death here?
It should be the bayonets
So the
be-
bayonets will be bidding first.
because Hearthrome is out.
Mhm.
Okay, we can wait for the staff to decide.
I
Okay,
guess so.
AA
It's
first.
AA first.
My
So
bad, my bad.
AA,
AA first.
please place your final bid. So thank you, MK Sparks. 4.5
4.5.
million. And for the bayonets, 4.6
4.6.
snatching Penglin out of
Okay.
Anistar's hands. So that's Penglin going into the Balan Leia bayonets for 4.6 million.
Nakauwi na
Auction
si
house.
Penglin.
I don't want to say anything. I believe that was the Hydras who nominated. So the Geosenge Garboders, please place your best bet, your
Bet.
nominee in auction house number 17.
Okay, Praisal from
So
Iloilo.
Praisol. So what do you know about Praisol, Enzo?
Okay, aside from being diabetic, I just joke lang.
Diabetic?
Joke lang. No, he's a very strong player from Iloilo, a very offensive one. And look at the accolades that he has. So we have the core player from season 9 for MM, and Tyro Gawardi from season 8, Pop X Bacolod 2024 champion, Bacon Pop 2024 champion as well. And I think he is also one of the runner ups, or rather a top cut
Oh
finisher
wait,
on the weekend.
sorry. Quick correction. I got a bit confused. I thought it was Hydras who nominated Penguin. So I believe it is
It was
supposed to
Hardro.
be it was supposed to be Hydras who should be drafting here. Sorry,
Okay,
apologies, RB.
host warning number two. I'm sorry, GG
Yeah.
guys. Pero yeah,
Yeah.
please.
So,
So it's
come
the same.
on, man. Anyways, praise old Baran. We'll give you guys an extra 10 seconds to see if you want to join the bid or back out.
Okay, I guess I should not, or I won't repeat my.
Yeah. So 2 seconds. I think this is it. We have 6 teams who will be joining the bid for Pray Soul.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Praisal is also one of
So
the
one,
players
two,
that
three,
is
four.
consistent throughout the past 2 seasons.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. So
And
the
I think that's
Geosenge
more than.
Garbodors can now bid for Pray Soul. So timer starts now.
And 2.2
2.2
is.
million immediately for Pray Soul
Can
from
we
the
hear?
Garbodors.
Can we hear a 5M?
So the Archangels is next. 3 million.
Oh ho, 3
And then
million.
the Azalea Jollibees.
3.1.
3.1. Lakad muna.
EGE.
HH backing out here. But it is EGE's turn. So
Yes.
3.2. And back
Okay.
to the Hydras. 3.3 coming from the Hydras with the Garbodors. Will they fight for Prey Soul here? 3.8 for the
Is
Garbodors
out.
and Archangels backing out.
3.3 rather.
So we still have 4 teams left here with Azalea. Azalea's turn to bid. Backing
Uh,
out as well. So this is the last bid before we head on to the Toxic Orb rule, right?
yes, you are right.
So
One
EGE,
more
please
round.
go ahead. 3.3.
3.3.
So now the minimum bid right now is 3.5.
I think that will be after the rotation.
Oh, warning to ba yan? Okay, looks like we are doing sudden death. So it is Hydra that nominated Prey Soul. So I believe it is the Garbodor's turn to do one final bid. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, you are right. Since
4.1
Hydra.
as their final bid. So will the Hydras snatch Prey Soul out of the Garboders. Nope, they just back out. Okay. So 4.1 million for Prey Soul going to the GSNG Garboders.
All right. So I
Okay,
think
tama na to, di ba? Who's
yes,
next?
yeah. I think the Cebuanos are getting the people that they want, and they are
Mhm,
pretty happy with this
mhm. So it is the Garbodors' turn, correct? To
to nominate.
nominate. Yes, thank you.
You are right.
So timer starts now. Who will they be nominating?
Okay. Auction house number 18. We have
So we do have
Jane.
Jane.
I can see the pattern here. I know what you're doing.
What are they trying to do here, Enzo? But while
They're picking out
Enzo
people
talks,
from that
captains,
specific
please go.
region. Okay, we have Choco Pao joining in the
Mhm.
fray.
So we only have Chocopao joining in for Jane over here. So it looks like we only have two teams
And this is
immediately
a
going to
sudden death.
sudden death. Blackthorn, please go for it. Do give your final bid here. 1.5 as the one and final bid for Jane. And for the Garbodors, will you be snatching Jane out of Blackthorn's hands? 1.6, of course.
Mm,
So Jane, a
is
veteran of
now.
PPTL already, going to the Garbodors.
Yes. Just a quick observation here. They are picking out people from the Visayas region as well.
Mhm.
So I think we're gonna have a regional battle soon.
All right, the next one. So that was the Garboders nomination. Levincia Leviathans will be
Okay.
nominating their next player.
At
So
auction
timer
number
starts
19.
now.
Auction house number 19. Kindly go and nominate Levincia Leviathans. One of the
5
captains.
seconds left. Still no nomination from Levincia.
Okay. Oh,
Oh,
Rod.
sakto. A buzzer beater. Rod over here.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
please, captains, 15 seconds for you to join or back out here. So
Yes,
Enzo,
and
you're a very
I
good
think
friend of Rod, right?
I think you know better. I think you are the idol of this guy. So I think it's
I
best that
mean,
you
I
it's
am in
best
no
that you give the
position to
intro.
be Rod's idol, but Rod is a very talented player. It's only sophomore season, but he's one of the more talented players here in the Philippines. A lot of limitless tournament wins, a lot of top cuts there as well. In his very first official TPC event, he got the top 8 in the recent Master Ball League and got his World's invite in his very first try. So
Yes,
we do
that
have
is
6 teams
amazing.
that will be joining in the bidding here. So the post-wick blast burns, it is your turn to bid.
Yes.
So 1.1 playing it slow by the blast burns, but 5 million immediately from the Archangels. Azalea Jollibees, will you answer back?
Wow, that is a lot.
Age- the moment I try to hype up, you guys back out. But Anistar Assassins, please go ahead. Place your bid. Minimum right now is 5.1 million. 6 million. Wow, 1 million difference. And BCC backing out here. Back to the Levincia Leviathans. Team who
Whoa,
nominated him.
six.
5 seconds on the clock for Levincia. Levincia backing out of their nominee. So we have 3 teams left. One last rotation before the Toxic Orb rule. But Blast Burns, please make your bet. 6.1 million for Rod over here, beating. So we could potentially break the record right now, but we just did 6.5 from the Archangels
Wow,
and
65%
Anistar
pure blooded.
Assassins. Will you take us to the Toxic Orb round?
I can sense drama already
10
with
seconds
this.
from the Anistar Assassins. 7 million. So right now we are heading into Toxic Orb. The minimum bid right now for the Blast Burns is 7.2 million.
Ouch,
7
man. That's
PBB backing
70%.
out. So we are at sudden death. I believe it will be the Archangels' turn for one final bid. So Archangels, please go ahead.
Wow.
7.3. And for the Anistar Assassins, will you be beating that? Are they allowed to beat that?
Can they? How much do they have? They have
Ooh,
7.4.
7.4, bringing the Anistar Assassins to bankruptcy.
What? Is this legit?
Wait, hold up. I would like to get some confirmation from the technical team if they are allowed to bring
Can
themselves to
they?
bankruptcy.
I mean, I suppose, but
Oh, just confirmation.
they can take out a loan.
7.4. 7.4 billion for Rod going to Anistar Assassins. So they can't bid on anyone else anymore and can only nominate from here on out. Okay, so that just broke the record.
And
Rod
they
beating out
broke the bank.
Keanu. So Rod right now is the highest bid player in PPTL. All
And
right,
that's
so I'm lost. And
74%.
whose turn is it to nominate?
Hang on, I'm also lost.
Believe that was
It's now the artisans turn. No, sorry. It's the
that
post
was
like,
Slippish. Yeah, it is the Blast Burns turn to
yes,
nominate.
BBB. And off to auction house number 20.
All right, timer starts now. Serena off
Arena.
rip. So 15 seconds for the captains to see if they want to join or back out. So, but Serena over here, a veteran already playing for around 3 years in the PPTL, achieved top 32 in the Philippine Nationals 2 years ago, and was a 2023 Team Philippines representative. But it looks like time is up. We only have the Archangels and the Blastburns joining us for the bid here for Serena. So the Archangels, please give us your final bid for Serena.
Okay, we have
So 3.5 million for Serena by the Archangels, and for the Blastburns, will you be snatching Serena out of the Archangels' hands? Yes.
3.6.
3.6 million for Serena going to the post-wake Blastburns. Right, moving on to the next auction. Archangels already typing their nomination here. And that is Raka. So that's I'll be
Oh.
starting the time already for the team captains to see if they want to join or not. So, but Raka, an old head, a very established name in the Philippine VGC scene, was the champion for the season 7 and season 8 of PPTL. Was top 16 in the Master Ball League, and was top 4 in the very first Philippine Nationals, I believe, back in
2022.
2022. But
Yes.
it looks like we only have the Kitakami Brewmasters and Archangels
Okay, with
fighting
that,
for Raka, and immediately going into sudden death. So Kitakami, it is your turn to make your one and only bid for Raka. Timer starts now. So 2 million, Kitakami dropping out 2 million for Raka while the Archangels backing out. And
okay.
that is Raka going to Kitakami for 2 million Poké Dollars. Right. Our next one, the Azalea Jollibees will be nominating since it was the Archangel's last one. So Rennie of Azalea, please go. Reklu is nominated. A veteran, only started around 2 seasons ago, a top 14 as a PPTL 9 sophomore, and joined a lot of grassroots tournaments. So captains, a couple of seconds left for you to decide if you want to join or back out of the Reklu bidding. All right. So right now, it looks like it's only the Cinnabar Hydras and the Azalea Jollibees who will be fighting for Reklu. Sudden death. Hydras, please go ahead and make your one and only bid. So 2 million for Reklu and Azalea. Will you be snatching it for 2.1 million? Yes. So Reklu going to Azalea Jollibees.
Okay, this is quite something.
So it looks like it's the Lumios Titans going next, Enzo.
2.1.
Raichu being nominated here. Another established name in the scene. What can you say about Raichu over here, Enzo, while the captains join in?
Raichu is a very consistent player. I mean, we can see it in his records. The 2024 top 16 at the Philippine Nationals PPTL 7 champion. Victory Row 2024 Team Philippines represent. Also, we have a very consistent player that is purely offensive, and we have 5 teams right now in the fray
Mhm.
to get
Yes.
Raichu.
So only 5 teams will be joining, with the Blackthorn Conquerors bidding first. Timer starts now, Conquerors. 3.5 million for Raichu off rip. EGE, the Emperors, 3.6. And the Hexorcists, 3.7. And finally, for the Azalea, backing out. No, going back to the LT, who nominated him? Oh, sorry, I got confused. Oh, so AJB is still in for 3.8 million, and then LT bidding 3.9 for
3.9.
Raichu. 4 million
And we
for
have
Raichu coming from the Blackthorn Conquerors. And for EGE timers, 4.1
4.1.
million. Going back to the Hearthome Exorcists, 4.2.
4.2.
Lalakad lang tayo. The
They still
AJB,
have a lot of budget here.
they
EGE and
do.
Hearthrome, 8 million apiece.
5 seconds left for AJB. Oh,
AJV
backing
is out.
out. And LT
Out.
backing out as well. So after we finish this rotation, we are going to the Toxic Orb round.
Oh,
Oh,
trainer's
Trainer's Choice.
choice
Okay, so
is
Tyrant calls
now.
for trainer choice. Tama, no? Sa ating player lobby, iintayin si
Yes.
Raichu.
Yes, and
Okay,
they
sige.
have
So I'll be
only
heading
20
there to
seconds.
So
check.
someone
Sige,
ping.
sige. I'll be heading there.
Thank you.
Yes. So please ping Raichu in the Trainer's Choice lobby so he can um decide which team he wants to join. Let's give him a couple of
I think they have only 10
a bit
seconds.
of time.
Was it?
Yes.
So right
Yes.
now,
Let me review.
5 seconds have passed. Okay, we have Asterisk back on the hosting
Oh,
stream.
there you go. Raichu choosing EGE already. What a clutch move by Raichu.
Wow.
So for the
Very.
players, if you just so you know, if you don't know the mechanics of the player's choice, please keep an eye out on your Discord if you are going to be pinged in the trainer's choice lobby, so you may choose which team you want to go to.
Yes.
For the tech team, when we ping our players for player's choice, please also include the 3 teams left so they may able to choose properly since baka may delay ata yung stream. But thank you,
Yes,
Raichu,
there
for
is.
coming in clutch. So that is Raichu going to EGE for 4.1 million.
Yes, and congratulations on our very first successful trainer's choice.
So EGE can no longer invoke Trainer's Choice in the entirety of the draft.
Correct.
So please give me a couple of seconds to go back. So we are going to 24, and I believe that
It's
was,
Anistar.
yeah, it is the Anistar's turn to nominate. So
Yes,
Anistar,
and
please nominate your next player.
they can only nominate now due to the amount of
Yeah, that's
overall.
literally the only thing they can do.
Yes. Get ready for high interest loans. Sestina. is now
Yes.
in
So timer
the
starts for the
nomination
captains
committee.
as well if you want to join in. But Carlo Nemo over here, aka Sestina, was ranked 22 in the 2025 PH Nationals. I believe this is a 4-2 record. Um, was ranked 3 in the 2024 side event in Trinoma and was ranked 59 in the most recent PPTL season. So right now I believe we have 3 teams that will be joining us for the draft. So immediately Toxic Orb. So after one rotation, we will be activating the Toxic Orb rule, and Blackthorn immediately going for a 1.1 million draft bid rather. Hearthhome Exorcists. Timer starts. Yeah, so 1.8 with AA going out immediately, and we are going into sudden death.
Sudden
Um,
death, right? Oh, hey.
Remind me if AA will be. I believe it is Blackthorn who will
Blackthorn who
be
will go first.
bidding first. So one final bid, Blackthorn. Backing out
Oh, wait,
already.
wait, wait. There is one more, I think.
AJB unfortunately
AJB.
did not. AJB did unfortunately did not make
No,
it during
no, they were they?
during the joining.
I think they made it.
If they
Uh,
made it either way, it is.
so with that being
It's
said,
still going to be a. What was the previous one? Sorry, let's walk back a bit.
so because Anastar had
So that was
nominated.
1.8. Oh, so 1.8 is still to beat for sudden death. Is this correct?
Uh, yes. So what will happen is now HH will be doing the
Mm-hmm.
final bid. Oh no, 1.9 from AJB.
Mm-hmm. And now we move on to this is the sudden death. Where there's no toxic
Yes,
orb in effect right now, since we only have 2 teams left.
correct.
So it is HH's turn to go for the final bid, correct? So 2 million as their final bid, and for AJB, 2.1.
Okay, Sestina is now part of the
Um,
AJB.
that was AA going to auction number 25. That is the Blackthorn Conquerors nomination. So timer starts for Blackthorn to nominate their next player. So we have Luis. And again, timer starts for the captains to join in. But Enzo, please introduce Luis to us.
Okay, Luis is also from the southern region of Visayas, also known as Future. So, a 2024 Victory Road Team PH representative, Season 8 PPTL Mesagoza Mascaras, top 5 rookie, and part of the top 6 teams, a 2-time local champion in Bacolod or Neo Pokemon VGC tournament champions with multiple top cut finishes. I've met the guy, he's really strong, muscular, and a good hand grip. Very unnecessary facts.
Thanks, Enzo. Too much information, but we are now officially closing out the buy-ins um, for this nomination. So that was the Blackthorn who nominated him. Now it is EGE's turn to bid. Please do 1.1 million for Luis here, and we are now going to the Geosench Garboders to make their bid. 1.5, and then the Levincia Leviathans. 2 million going to the Azalea now, who I'm sure bought in for this nomination. Now they have 3 million left and bids at but they go for 2.1 million for future here. Going back to the Blackthorn Conquerors, still have a lot of money. They have some money
Indeed,
to spend for Luis, and they do. 2.5
7.5.
million, and EGE creeping up with 2.6 million. And going back to the Geosenge Garboders,
Hey, how much are they
so
willing to
tens.
spend?
Backing out, Jane was charged to LVL. So please, tech team, please check that out.
Kindly
And
make
Levincia
sure that
Leviathans,
okay,
backing
tech
out
team,
as
one
well.
warning.
So we still have one more rotation before the toxic orb effect uh, goes into place. Oh, trainer's choice over
Oh,
here. So that was the Blackthorn Conquerors using their trainer's choice on Luis or Future. Tech team, please ping
okay.
Future, and that is AJB, Blackthorn, and EGE.
All right, now we are waiting. Okay, we have the staff pinged him already with the choices.
Mhm.
Now it is 5 seconds past that. How many seconds do we have again, my friend?
Yeah. So for the tech team, a quick review of the rules again. How much time does the players have before they can choose the team for player's choice? But regardless, Future does choose BCC for their player's choice. So that is Future going to Blackthorn Conquerors for 2.5 million.
Perfect. Another successful trainer's choice. Wow, I think these captains have made their
Kinausap
connections.
talaga nila no?
Anong magkano kaya ang ba? Chareng.
So that is EGE's turn. Thank you, Tyrant,
Thank you,
for
guys.
nominating Fast. So Alfie, one of their former core members, being nominated here. So again, 15 seconds for the captains to join in. But Alfie, top four at the Pokemon Championships from 2022 to 2023, he earned his invite from
Consistently.
there. Top 16 in 2023 to 24, and top 16 in the Asia's Player Cup in 2021. So we are
Uh,
about to close it out already. The
we have,
buy-ins for this.
I think this is sudden death already.
Wait for
Yes,
it to complete. Yeah, it looks like it is just. No,
sudden
that was
death.
EGE. No, it's not. It's not sudden death. It is toxic orb effect though.
Oh no, yes, we have uh
Yeah.
LL and PBB.
Yes. So we have Levincia Leviathans. It is your turn. To bid, minimum is 1.1 million. 10 seconds left. 1.5 million for Alfie. And for the blast burns, 1.6 for Alfie for the blast burns. Oh, why is it 1.7? Which one? We're going to follow 1.6 for
Okay.
this, but EGE, go ahead. 1.6 is the to beat.
Right.
We're honoring 1.6.
Yes.
1.7. Now, Toxic Orb is in effect. 1.9 is the minimum right now. 2 million.
2
Uh,
million.
Again, 200,000 increments.
2.2.
2.2. Following the Toxic Orb over
And this
here.
is an interesting round for me because
Mhm.
looking at the budget of these teams, they are really close to each other at
Yeah,
around 4
2.4.
million.
So 300,000 increments, reminder for all the captains right now. 10 seconds for Levincia.
2.8. Okay.
2.8. Again, 300K increments.
400k. Okay.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. So 400,000 increments. That is my bad. So again, PBB, you do have the chance to
Okay.
rebid. That is our bad. So 400,000 increments. We
Okay.
can give
We're
you 10 more seconds. Okay,
okay.
so
PDB is
3.2. And
okay. We
for
have
EGE,
PG.
so they only have 4.3 million left for EGE.
Oh,
Minimum right
they
now is
give
backing
away.
out for Alfie. So we are going to sudden death with the Levincia Leviathans making their final bid for Alfie.
I think this is the first time that Alfie will be in a different team in what, 4 years or so? How many years of being with EGE?
Not gonna lie, I don't remember. But from as far as I remember, EGE has always had Enrico or Alfie in their team.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
sudden
Good.
death. Levincia Leviathans, waiting for your last bid. We'll give you 5 seconds. Five out, backing out, and
Okay.
and the blast burns getting Enrico for their team at 3.2 million.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm curious because now they are at 1.3 and they
Mm-hmm.
had, I think, two or three players already.
Mm-hmm. So I believe the blast burns only need 2 players left for their to complete their squad.
Okay, this will be a tight
Mhm.
rope.
And again, now we are at the Kitakami Brewmasters to make their nomination. Kitakami.
Mhm. Kitakami is also in the same
So
boat
we
with
have blank.
1.7.
Okay, so we're giving 15 seconds for the teams to buy in or not. But Patrick Santos has been playing um, in the PPTL for a couple of
4
years
years?
already. 4 years, I believe. I think he was already playing since 2020. Top 8 in the Asia Cup qualifiers and a lot of good
GML
performance
runner-up.
in his local leagues. Right, so we are officially closing out the buy-ins for this.
And we
So
have
that's
four.
Kitakami. We have one, two, three. Yeah, 4 teams, I believe. No,
So we
5,
have the,
including KB.
oh yes. So we have the Balon Leia, the
There you
Geosage,
go.
AGV,
So
and
the
Levincia.
sheet is now
Updated.
accurate. So Balanlea does have the first draft, first bid, sorry. So 1.1 for blank over here, and for the Geosenge, 10 seconds left,
1.3.
1.3. And Levincia going for
1.4.
1.4. Azalea's turn.
Nice and slow.
Mm-hmm.
1.5. Okay. This is up
1.5.
to
And
date.
for the Kitakami, they only have 1.7 million left. They have to be very careful if they want to join or not. 5 seconds for KB.
Out.
Backing out. And Balanlea, 1.6.
Okay.
The Geosenge Garboders, they have only have 1 million left in their budget.
2.1.
2.1. And for the Levincia, time is ticking. Backing out.
They are out.
So we do have the Azaleas next with at 2.2. And BB
Using
putting
the
up
trainer's choice.
trainer's choice. Up. In my screen, it was Balanlea first who opted for trainer's choice. And then
Ah, no, no. It's
the.
just the.
Oh, that was
It's
just
just our stat.
ice. Okay, okay, okay. So that is trainer's choice. So for the trainer's choice lobby, that is the GG, Azalea, and the Balanlea Bayonets.
Okay, who will blank choose? Who made a better deal? Who captured the heart of this player? Let's see. Looking at the trainer's choice,
Oh,
it is
immediately
BB.
blank going to Balanlea Bayonets.
Okay,
So blank
congratulations.
over here also joined the Hong Kong Master Ball League, finishing at 5-2, I believe.
Wow, that is quite an achievement.
All right,
5-2.
so going next, that is the end of rotation 2. So we'll give a bit of time for the tech team to calibrate, fix up the spreadsheet,
Mm-hmm.
and I will be rotating out with Billy taking over. Billy, you still here?
Hello, hello. Okay, ang
Yeah.
intense ng round na yun, ah.
Totoo.
So
I
we're
mean,
moving at a very fast pace.
yeah, looking
Um,
at the budgets that we have left, I gonna start at
mhm,
0.
mhm. And you know, there's another thing, no, aside from the budget, you also have to look at the current rosters. We have at this time 4 teams, I believe, na dalawa na lang yung kulang nila na players to
Mhm.
complete their teams. Okay, no, we have one more. Yung Balonlea pa, tama, no? Yan. Yeah, let's go to
Yes.
Balon Leia for their uh
Let me
nomination
ask
for
our.
number 28.
Okay.
So they nominate Pau. Okay. So there's going to be 10 seconds for the teams to decide whether they want to join the bid or back out.
Okay. So apparently, Mole forgot his team and closed the round already.
Wala, rotate out na si Rain eh. Okay, sige.
Oo nga
So
eh.
again, we are waiting for teams who would like to join or back out from the bid. So I think, yeah, we currently have EGE. We also have Baron Leia, and then we have Cinnabar
Cinnabar.
as well as Artisan. So a lot here, no? Contending for POW. Okay.
Okay.
So
So I think
I believe, yeah, we can
we
move
can
on with
start.
the bids. So that's 1 million right off the bat for Balon Leia, followed by
1.5,
Cinnabar 1.1, 1.5 from Artazon, and then EGE. Your turn. 10 seconds for the bid.
1.6.
1.6 million. Then we go back to okay, Balon Leia out. So we have three teams. Okay, so one more rotation before Toxic Orb comes into effect. 2
2
million from
million.
Cinnabar. Okay, so
2.5.
2.5 million from Artisan and then EGE. Okay, out. Okay, so now we go to sudden death between Cinnabar and Artisan. So, since none of them were the nominating team, ang unang maglalapag ng kanilang one and only bid for POW is going to be Cinnabar Hotties. Okay, so Cinnabar,
Yes.
10 seconds. What's your bid going to be?
And this is quite something. They both have high budgets still left on their bank.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, so
2.6.
2.6 million from Cinnabar. And then Artisan, it is your turn. Tatapatan ba natin yan 2.6 million? So, Artisan, quite high budget pa. Okay, so actually
Oh,
Artisan
hi.
pulls back. Okay, yeah. So, Pau goes to Cinnabar Hottie. Okay? So, eto na talaga, totoo ng end of the second rotation. So, yeah, tinapos agad niya nung dalawa kanina yung ano, yung second rotation natin. So, yeah, we're
Mhm.
moving at a very fast pace. And as mentioned earlier, no, nadagdagan pa, right? A lot of teams are filling up their rosters pretty quickly. And ang
Mhm.
dami nating teams that have their budgets below 5 million at this point. So, what do
Actually,
you
most
expect, no, Enzo?
for me, I am pretty excited at what Artisan can do right now and
Mm-hmm.
Hearthrome because looking at their budgets, they still at approximately 8 million Poké dollars left. Okay, and with
Mm-hmm.
the rest of the teams, I think we have 3 to 4 teams that are approximately at 2 million below, or at least 3 million
Mm-hmm.
below. This is going to be a factor if they can continue getting good players or players that are noteworthy, or they can snipe players towards the end of the draft night, as long as they don't get nominated or it flew past the radar for other players or rather other captains.
Okay, so I think we are getting to the point na possible nang may teams na ma-lock out from drafts. No, as you mentioned, because dun sa current conditions of the budget for every team. So I believe we can proceed with the third rotation. So this time,
Yeah.
the very first team to nominate is going to be the Blackthorn Conqueror. So Blackthorn, you have 15 seconds to make your first nomination.
Hey, it's
So that's gonna be
Golda.
Goda. Okay. So, players and team, sorry. You have 10 seconds to signify kung gusto nyong sumama, right, for the auction, or would you rather back out for Goda? So a lot of teams deciding quickly, ano, Enzo, no?
Yes, because Goda is one accomplished player. I hope we can see his profile in our screen
Ayan,
soon.
eto. So you
Thank
look at
you.
those accomplishments.
See, that is the reason why a lot of captains want him on his team. So
Mm-hmm,
previously,
mm-hmm.
he got the PH Championship 2024 top 16, the Victory Road 2021 and 2023 PH representative, and the PPTL Season 8 top 10 player. So out of 120
Okay.
players, I think yun, top
Mm-hmm,
8
mm-hmm.
or
So
top 10.
right. So definitely a very good pickup for anyone who's gonna win. So that's 1 million upfront for BCC, followed by post-week blast burns. You have 15 seconds. Are you going to keep bidding or will you back out for Goda? 1.2 million from post-week blast burns. Then Artisan Archangels, 3 million. Pretty big jump.
Wow.
Okay. Hearthome Hexorcists, how are we feeling? 3.1 million. Pretty modest increment. Okay. Levincia Leviathan. What's our bid going to be?
3 point.
3.2 million. Okay. Okay. Sorry, a little bit of technical difficulty on my end. So EGE is out, and then we go back to Blackthorn Conquerors. Are we going to keep bidding for Goda? 3.3 million. Okay. Followed by post-week blast burns. How are we feeling?
And they are out.
Post-week. Post-week is out, and okay, so we still have 4 teams. So we proceed. Artisan,
Artisan is
3.5 million.
3.5. Okay, quite a jump.
Sige. Okay, Hearthome at this time,
How much are they willing to spend? Will they spend half of their budget? 3.6.
3.6 million. Okay, Levincia Leviathans. Are we going to keep bidding for Goda?
Oh ho ho.
3.7
3.7.
million. This is not over yet. Okay, we go back to Blackthorn. 10 seconds for your bid. Out. Okay. So, one more cycle, starting with Artisan bago mag-kick in yung Toxic Orb rule. So, Artisan, 4 million for Goda. Followed by Hearthome. What are we thinking?
4. And out.
Yeah. Okay, so Hearthome is out. That leaves us with sudden death between Artisan and Levincia Leviathan. So, since the nominating player is not in the sudden death match, ang unang maglalatag ng kanilang one and only bid is going to be Artisan Archangels.
Hang
Artisan,
on,
10
we are seeing
seconds.
a wrong send.
Yeah, so still for Artisan. And then Levincia, one and only bid for Goda. Out.
Out.
So Goda goes to Artisan
Artisan.
Archangel for a pretty good pickup price at a modest 4 million, considering hindi na kinontest ng Levencia. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, we're now going to be featuring a nomination from the Cinnabar Hydras. So 15 seconds, Cinnabar, for your nominee. They nominate Num Nums. Okay? So 10 seconds for the teams to decide whether they are in or out
Oh.
for Num Num. Okay. So we are nearing the end of the buy-in phase. 5, 4, 3, 2,
2.
1.
1.
Okay, so yeah, Numnums goes uncontested and is for the Cinnabar Hydras.
Wow,
Okay.
congratulations on a good buy.
Yeah,
Sulit nga
pretty good.
daw.
Sulit talaga. Okay. Meron parting shot si ano, si Zooks dito. Okay.
Hindi yan,
So
hindi yan
number
pwedeng shot. Yun yung kung ano niyan, signature na.
okay, let's move on. Kitakami Brewsters. Let me have your nominee for the third part of the Isma
Oh, Isma.
from the Kitakami Brewsters. Okay. So 10 seconds for the other teams to decide
Yes, and for
whether
those
they
who are
would
not
like to
aware,
join.
And for those who are not aware, Isma is a sophomore who was part of the top 18 of the Master Bowl League 2024 PH National Top 32 and a two-time Talon Limitless Tournament winner. Also, content
Mhm.
creator. Like and subscribe in his channel.
Very active content creator, if I may say
Yes.
so. So we are nearing the end of the buy-in phase. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I believe
One.
that's it, no, for the teams participating. So let's just wait for the tech team to complete the players who will be participating for the bid. So I believe we have 4 teams, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you are right. So we have, let me just get it real quick. We have the Hearthrome Exorcist, the Artisan, Lavincia, and AJB.
Mhm.
Okay. Right. So we may begin. So the first no upfront 1 million from KB,
Kitakami.
right? Followed by Artisan. Okay, so Artisan, how are we feeling? Are we going to bid or back out for Isma?
That is 100K right off the bat. Inubo utak ko, sorry. Okay. Sabi niyang artisan. 1.1.
1.1. Okay, now we are at Hearthhome. Hearthhome, how are we feeling? 1.2 million. Okay, little by little. Azalea Jollibees. 10 seconds for your bid. Okay,
1.3.
1.3. Okay, Levincia.
1.4.
1.4. Okay, we go back to Kitakami. So, may mga teams tayong kinokompleto nila yung roster nila at this point.
Oo.
Kitakami out. Okay, so we
Yes.
have 4 teams left. Okay, Artisan, how are we feeling? 2
Oh,
million for
2.3 for
Isma.
2.
Hearthhome, 2.1
2.1.
million. Okay, Azalea Jollibees. So, medyo malapit na sa wallet ng Azalea to. We're breaking past the 2 million point. Okay, out. Okay, so Azalea out. And then one more rotation. So Levincia, 5 more seconds for your bid. Out. Okay, so we are going to sudden death. Now, since ang nag-nominate kay Isma is Kitakami, we will be following the regular draft order.
Mhm.
Artisan, what is your
Final
your final bid, right, for Isma? No, we can only trainer's choice kapag ka meron tatlong teams.
tatlo. So it was
Yeah.
too late, unfortunately.
So Artisan, final bid for Isma,
2.2.
2.2. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Okay, so Hearthhome, are we going to contest
2.3.
2.3? Okay, so Hearthhome picks up Isma for 2.3 million. Okay,
Not bad, not bad.
yeah. Considering yung budget nila, no. So this takes me back like 2, 3 seasons ago, with Zenith having a very big wallet towards the latter end of the draft. So anyway, we're gonna proceed with the nomination for player number 32, Balanleya Bayonets, I believe. So Balanleya, you have 15 minutes. Sorry, 15 seconds to come up with your nominee. Aba naman nun. Okay, Rizlord D for nomination ng Balanleya. So players, 10 seconds to come up whether you want to join the auction or back out.
Okay, just a quick rundown of his achievements. So he's a rookie, a Talent Fight Club 25 top cut uh, player, and Sketch Academy Regulation I Tour top 4 in April 28 lang. So quite recent achievements, and I'm pretty sure that Lychee here is choosing this guy for its talents and vibes.
Okay, so I think only JSN has contested
Ooh,
yung so it's gonna be going to
sudden death.
sudden death. Right. So since Balanleya was the one to nominate Rizlord, ang unang maglalapag ng kanilang one and only bid for Rizlord is going to be GSenj. Okay, so GSenj, 10 seconds for your one and only bid. 1.2
1.2.
million. Okay, Balanleya, papalag ba tayo?
The
Okay, so
result is
nag-back out yung Balanleya. Okay, so Rizlord goes to GSNG Garbadors. Okay?
cool. But that was
And,
interesting looking at their budget at the time.
oo nga eh. Okay, so following that immediately, GSNG naman yung mag-nominate ng kanilang, ng player for the 33rd nominee. Okay?
Yes, and
15
interestingly
seconds.
enough, they only have 1 million left.
Keen. Okay, so they go to Keen for their nominee. Now, teams, you have 10 seconds to decide whether you want to join the auction or back out.
Okay, so Keen, a part of the top six team, the Mesagoza Mascaras back in season 8 and season 9 as well. And aside from that, he's a good artist. Kindly check out his works and go and try to get some commission out of him. So yeah,
Okay, so 4, 3, 2, 1.
one,
Yeah,
no
so
contest.
it appears that no contest si Keen mo punta siya sa Geosense Carbadors. Okay, so
Yeah.
that was pretty quick. right?
And that's
Um,
quickly draining their budget down to zero.
ah, so just like Anastar, they are out of contention for bids at this point. Pwede na lang sila mag-nominate, no? Yan.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
but they
So,
are also complete. Keep take note lang. GG is
ah,
complete. They have one, two, three, four, five,
Ooh,
9 players already.
wow, that
okay.
is
So thank you for
amazing.
that, Rain. So also, ayun, congratulations pala for GSNs for being the first to complete their roster.
And
Okay?
aside from that,
So,
sakto yung budget.
nga eh, saktong-sakto, parang planado. So, post-week, Blast Burns. Time for your nominee, 15 seconds. For player number 34. They nominate, yup. Okay? Right. So, players or teams rather, you have 10 seconds to decide whether you want to join the auction or back out. Oh, a lot of teams contesting yung nomination, right? We're gonna have a lot of teams fighting over this player. Here's what's 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's wait for the tech team to finalize. The players will be joining the bid battle for Yup. So that's automatically 1 million upfront from post-week blast burns. Okay, so are we ready? So KB, EGE. Yeah, I think we can proceed na no,
Yes.
with the okay. So following the 1 million upfront from PBB, we're gonna be having the leverage Lechonks. Okay, so Lechonks, are
Okay, we
we
have
gonna be
I
joining?
think hang on.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I think
oo.
we have something left out on
Yeah,
the
may
screen.
kulang pa. Yeah, may kulang pa ata na ano, na team. Can we double check on that? Ah, nag-out AA. Okay, okay. So Artazon nag-out. Sige, sige. Okay.
And I
So
don't think
again,
AA can
proceeding.
join
Uh-huh. So leverage Lechonks. Are we gonna be bidding for Yop or are we going to be backing out? 1.5 million
1.5.
from leverage Lechonks. Okay. Heart home. Sorry, rather Levencia. My bad. Okay, 5 more seconds for Levencia. 1.8 million from Levencia, followed by the Evergrande Emperors. 2 million from EGE, that's half the remaining budget. And now we go to Blackthorn Conquerors. Are we going to fight for Yop or are
True.
we going to back out? BCC is out. Okay, so that leaves us with 5 teams. Kitakami Brewsters, how are we feeling? So PBB and KB are all out. That's going to be okay. So one more rotation bago tayo mag toxic orb rule. We go back to leverage Lechonks. 2.5 million for leverage Lechonks. Levincia Leviathan. Out
Yeah, out.
also. So we're going to sudden death, right? And I believe yung nominee na ito is from PBB. Okay, so we're gonna be following the original order again. Leverage, give your one and final bid for Yup. 10 seconds.
2.8.
2.8 million. Yeah, so pretty conservative. Okay, EGE, are we going to contend?
2.9.
2.9. So EGE picks up Yup for pretty hefty considering yung budget ng ano
Budget
ng
nila.
EGE. Mhm.
How many people are
Okay.
needed for AGE?
Sorry.
How many players pa ba need nila?
EGE after Yop, 2 left.
Two
Okay.
left. Okay.
2 left. Mm-mm.
Thank you.
So I think we are going to be having a nomination from Anistar, tama ba?
Correct.
Yeah, so Anistar, 15 seconds to nominate your player.
Nominate lang because they don't have the budget. It is Kelvin.
Kelvin, okay. So Kelvin, that's gonna be an illusory 1 million upfront from Anistar. And then for the players, or rather the teams, kindly choose whether you will be joining or backing out of the auction. 10 seconds for this.
Yes, and while
Let's see.
waiting, While we
Uh-huh.
were waiting for them to choose, just a quick rundown of his records. He is part of the season 9 championship team of the Balonlea Bayonets.
Mhm. So part of the crusade ng BB last season. No? So yeah, okay. I don't think anybody's contesting this nomination. So Kelvin to AA, I believe. Okay, so no contest. Okay, so Kelvin goes to Anistar Assassins. So for number 36, we're going to be having a nomination from Artisan Archangels. Okay, so Artisan, you have 15 seconds to nominate draftee number 36. Rain
Rain
Cloud.
Cloud.
Okay. So one of the totoong veteran talaga to, no? So teams, you have 10 seconds to decide whether you want to join this auction or back out.
And most of this
Okay.
guy's season experience is with the Bayonets since season 7.
Okay. So we're nearing the end of the buy-in phase. So we have some teams who would like to contest this nomination, right? So 1 million upfront from Artisan, followed by okay, Levincia. Are we going to bid or back out? You have 10 seconds, Levincia Leviathans. 1.1 million from Levincia. Okay. So this is gonna be from Balonlea Bayonets. So after this rotation, mag-e-effect na agad yung toxic orb rule. Okay, so 1.2 million from Balon
Followed by
Leia.
2 million.
Okay, so that fits within the toxic orb rule. Okay, Levencia, the minimum bid is 2.2 million from here.
So I think this is the first time that
2.2.
Rain Cloud won't be part of the Balonlea Bayonets.
Ah, yan, na-lockout sila nung ano, nung
2
toxic
million
orb
bid.
rule. Yeah, okay. So I guess that okay, may dalawa pa nag-out na ba yung ano? Okay, nag-out na yung Artisan and that means Rain Cloud 2 Levencia for 2.2 million dollars. Okay? So,
Congratulations on your purchase.
okay, so we're gonna be proceeding to nominee number 37 and I believe that's going to be by the Lumios
Lumious
Titans. So,
Titans.
okay? So Titans 15 seconds Ashen,
Ashen
okay?
Ryu.
Okay? So 10 seconds for the players to determine whether they want to join the auction or back out for Ashen.
Okay, while we are waiting for them to contest or not, just a quick rundown. Ashen Ryu is a homegrown of the Levincia Leviathans in season 7. I think he took a break on season 8, but as you can see, he is a force to be reckoned with. So right now, we don't have any contention for Ashen Ryu.
Mhm. Yeah, and
I
that's
don't.
also time for the backing out. So I believe it's going to be going to Lumios without
Lumios
any
Titans.
contestations. Yep.
Wow,
Okay.
sulit
So
yang, my
we get
friend.
sulit na sulit, 1M lang.
Thanks for
Salamat
now,
daw,
son.
sabi ni Ra. Okay. So for draftee number 38, manonominate naman siya by the Leverage Lechonks. Okay, so Lechonks, they go for mutation kernel for their nominees. So teams, you have 10 seconds to decide whether you want to join the auction or back out. So
Yes,
we have
and
some teams joining the bidding war for this player.
just a quick glance at the board stage, we can see that the Lechonks has the highest money left, so they have the power to really bid, or rather outbid the other teams if they so choose. If they choose so, but right now we
Mhm,
have the Levincia. No, no, no. We have the BCC as the only
mhm. Okay, so
contender.
I think we're gonna be going to sudden death. Okay, and interestingly, since Leverage and Blackthorn, medyo magkalapit yung budget nila. I don't think we're gonna see any lockout. So, since
Mhm.
Leverage was the one to nominate Ken, yung unang maglalapag ng kanilang one and only bid is going to be Blackthorn. So, Blackthorn, you have 10 seconds to decide for your one and only bid.
Here we go. Choco Pao is rating 2.5.
5 million. Okay. Leverage, are we going to
2.6.
2.6? Okay, so mutation kernel goes to the leverage lechonks. Okay.
Okay.
To the team na nag-nominate sa kanya. Right? So that puts us at draftee number 39 to be nominated by the Hearth Home Hexorcist.
Okay, right now with that, Hearthrome has the highest money.
Okay.
Dino.
So HH nominates
Dino or Amethyst.
Amethyst. Yeah, I believe, yeah. Amethyst yung name niya sa ano. Okay, so we found Amethyst, and that's 1 million upfront for Hearth Home, while the other teams are deciding whether they want to join and or they want to back out for the bid. Okay?
Yes.
So
You know
far,
what? I
uh-huh.
just want to say we are still in round three, I believe, or the second rotation or third
Mm-hmm.
rotation.
Third rotation already, yes.
Yes. So with that, uh, you can see that the budget of all all of the teams here
It's
are quite.
slow. It's dwindling down fast. we have
Yeah.
we're we're a bit past the halfway point already, and a majority of the teams are already like way below their 5 million mark, and two teams at zero already. Granted, GSNG Garboders have already completed their roster,
Mm-hmm.
but
And
Okay,
Anistar is
so
still stuck with just purely nominations.
how many players do Anistar have right now?
Anistar still needs two to complete their roster.
Okay. And I think yes, the amount of money that they have, rather the budgets are being updated. So we have a lot of teams below the 2 million mark.
Mhm,
okay, so I guess we can proceed with the
mhm,
bidding for Amethyst. Right, so nominated by Hearth Home Exorcist, we're gonna be going to Artisan for their contest bid, or will they back out? So that's 1 million upfront
mhm.
from Hearth Home.
So only three
So
teams,
Artisan.
only three
Mhm.
teams, right? So
Yes,
Toxic Orb after this
after ng
rotation.
rotation na 'to. Yep, yep. Okay, so Artisan,
You are
you
right.
have 5 seconds left. Oh, they call for trainer's choice. Okay,
Oh, off
so
rip
that
Right
team,
off the bat.
for one
yeah.
million.
Can
Mhm.
they, even though they're not, it's not their turn yet? Or do they have to wait for
Yeah,
the
yeah. Anybody can raise yung ano, yung trainer's choice as
Mhm,
long as meron tayong tatlo
as
na
the
players
turn
who are
doesn't
in
matter?
the auction.
mhm.
Okay.
I'm
Mhm.
assuming if Amethyst chooses Lechonks or Archangels, he'll be going to them for 1 mil.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah,
please
because that's the
tag
highest bid.
Amethyst. So that
And kindly
is
update us.
Archangels, AAA, HH, or LVL.
Okay, so we're
Kindly
waiting
start
for
the
the
timer for that.
response. Okay, so 10 seconds for the trainer's choice. So 5 seconds left for the trainer's choice
Oh,
for
there.
Amethyst.
Amethyst does choose HH, Hearthome Exorcist.
HH.
So
Okay, so
Hearthome
the
gets Amethyst for 1 million.
Okay.
wow, sulit na sulit kasi sila din yung nominee and the trainer's
Mm-hmm.
choice. Okay,
Talagang
so
kinuha eh.
It's
mhm,
lining up
mhm.
for them, man.
Yeah, so well played by Hearthhome. Now we proceed for draftee number 40. So
40.
40th. I think we're a bit over the halfway mark at this point. So
Mhm.
this one's gonna be a nomination from the Azalea
Azalea.
Jollibee.
Azalea.
So Jollibees, you have 15 seconds for your nomination. They
Oh, there's
nominate Jansen.
Jansen.
Mm-hmm. So teams, you have 10 seconds to decide kung sasali tayo sa bidding battle or will we be backing out for Jansen.
So it looks like we're going back to rookies here, with Jansen being
Mhm.
nominated. Only attended one event, as far as we know, that
Heat
is
Crash.
Heat Crash in Pampanga. Went 3-2.
Is it
Wow.
the senior
Yeah, I think he
level?
was senior level player.
Mm.
Oh.
So
For those who
AJB
are not
knows
aware,
something we
senior
don't.
means
Ayan.
that they are
Azalea
already
wants to
qualified.
develop talent here.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think that's enough time for the buy-in or
Buy-ins.
the back out. Okay, so it's only gonna be AJB and Blackthorn. So since Azalea nominated Jansen, ang una maglalapag ng kanilang one and only bid is Blackthorn. So BCC, you have 10 seconds to place your one and only bid for Jansen. 1.5 million. Okay, AJB, what are we feeling? 1.6. So Jansen goes to AJB after the sudden death match. Okay.
Yep. So AJB, Azalea Jollibee slowly rounding out their roster. They only need one
They have
player left,
one more, yeah.
and they only they have 1.1
1.6.
million to complete their
Okay.
roster here.
So pwede pa talaga pag mag-nominate. Okay, so for the 41st draftee, it's going to be a nomination from Levincia Leviathan. So Leviathans, you have 15 seconds for your nomination. Okay, they nominate Nejiro for
Ooh.
okay, so I believe dating Levincia to. But yeah, so 10 seconds for the teams to decide whether they want to join the bidding battle for Nejiro or they want to back out.
So Nejera here, pretty. They've been playing for around 3 years already. Started out with the Everstone EVs, I believe, or yes, started with the Everstone EVs in season 8, Levincia Leviathans season 9. I was able to top cut the Aeroblast from past VGC tournament.
Okay,
So
so
that should be enough time, right?
yeah, we're gonna be going to second death, and that reminds me nung time na nag-sudden death din si Nejero and si Candy in one tournament. So anyway, that's some side quest. Okay, so sudden death between Levincia Leviathans and Blackthorn. Okay, so since Levincia nominated Nejero, ang unang maglalapag ng bid once again is going to be BCC. Okay, so
Mhm.
BCC, you have 10 seconds for your
Mhm.
decision. One and only bid, 1.8 million. So I believe that effectively blocks out Levencia from contesting.
Correct.
Tama ba? Because they only have 1.7. So very tactical. Okay, so Nejiro goes to Blackthorn. Okay.
That's 1.8.
Okay, 1.8 million. Nothing we can do
Mhm.
about that. Okay. For the last player sa rotation na ito is going to be a nominee from the Evergrande Emperor. So EGE, you have 15 seconds for your nominee for player number 42.
So that is Wowers being nominated by EGE.
Mm-hmm. 10 seconds for the players to decide whether they want to join or back out.
So EG only has 1.1 million here. It's quite
Mhm.
easy to beat them out over here, but it's really up to the captains if they really want to spend on Wowers over here. A lot of teams left with still have a couple of holes in their roster that they need to fill out. So this is a good
Mhm.
opportunity to maybe snipe this out of EGE's hands.
Yeah, I was gonna say earlier, parang wala nagko-contest, but here we are with the BCC. I believe they are the only one to contest this nomination from EGE. So that's enough time. It's gonna be a sudden death from EGE
Oh no, I've seen
and
this.
Blackthorn.
I've seen this before. I've seen this. I've seen this last round. Oh,
1.8. That's still more than
Oh.
enough to yeah, I think
1.8.
yung ano,
Unnecessary 1.8 million here, but
okay,
we
galit sa
are
pera.
honoring that.
Sige. So Wowers going to Blackthorn Conquerors. Okay, so just like that, we are finished with the third rotation. So how are we feeling about this round?
A lot of good players being nominated and going to the teams. A lot of teams are really slowly to round out their rosters. A
Mhm.
majority only need 2 or 1 players left to complete their rosters here. But there's still
Yep.
some standouts like Archangels, Kitakami, Levincia. Three spots left, as well as Lumios Titans still need 3 players. So a lot of room for them
Mhm.
to improve their rosters here.
Okay. And I think yung nakita natin towards the end of the third rotation wherein some teams get pushed out or hindi na nila kaya i-contest
Yeah.
with their budget remaining is
Th-
an indication of things that
we're gonna see more of that, right? For
For
this
sure, for
rotation,
sure.
basically. Okay, so can we start with the fourth rotation?
Mhm.
Are we ready? Tech team and captains.
Yes, I
Okay,
believe we are going to player number 43.
yeah, and that's gonna be a nomination from the Blackthorn Conquerors.
Blackthorn
So
again.
BCC, 15 seconds to decide on your nominee for player number 43. Rap. Okay. So, captains, you will be having 10 seconds to decide whether you want this rookie in a bid battle or you will be backing out.
So another rookie coming out of the nominations in the late latter rotations here. He top
Mhm.
got Pokemon last year, top got both days of the Philippine VGC World Cup tryouts, and
Mhm.
even participated in the Master Ball League.
Yeah, so very impressive rookie. And I do recall yung Pokemon cut niya. No? So this was a player who nobody really was familiar with, but they were going XO for a long time. So I believe that's enough time for the teams
Mhm.
to consolidate whether they want to join or back out from the bidding battle. Okay, so let's just
Yes,
wait
so
for
it
the
looks
tech
like we
team to
have four
finalize.
teams total. That would be
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
KB, AJB, Hydras, and the nominee
BCC.
BCC. Correct. So that's
Yeah.
four
Okay.
teams.
So 1 million upfront from Blackthorn, and then the next bidders, Azalea Jollibees, are we going to
Auto out.
contest?
Auto
Okay.
out for Azalea Jollibees.
Right. Mm-mm. Yeah, they can't contest anymore. So that leaves us with three. So normal pa
Wait,
rin tayo.
never
Third
mind.
is set.
Sorry, trainer's choice
Oh,
off
TC.
rip from AJB
Oh,
over here. Please,
wait.
bawiin nyo yung
Oh, hindi pa sila.
back out
Yeah, yeah.
nila.
Pa.
Four ba
Wait,
sila?
so
You're right, they are four.
four tayo. So AJB, you'll have to wait for one more rotation. Uh, But wait, no, they can't. They can't because they can't contest. Okay, so that keeps them out of this rotation, and we're gonna be proceeding with the
Hold
Cinnabar
on.
Hydras. Oh,
Hold that thought. Three sila, hindi raw sumali ang Levincia Leviathans. Can we confirm? Even if hindi sumali ang Levincia, there are still
we have the
four teams. We
yeah,
have
we have
BCC,
Kitakami
the CH, the Cinnabar Hydras,
and
KB, and
Kitakami
AJB.
Brewster.
So we do have
Mm-hmm.
four. So either
We do
way,
have four
they are
players.
not allowed to
Uh-huh.
go for trainer's choice. But again,
Mm-hmm.
moving on, we do have the Hydras here bidding 1.5 million for RAF.
Okay, and following that, Kitakami Brewsters. How much are we willing to bet for RAF? Wait, no, that also puts them out of contention. Kasi 1.5 na lang din talaga
Correct.
yung budget ng Kitakami. So, sudden death at this time. Um, we're gonna be following the oh no, since
No, it's an auto
BCC.
out. They don't have the money for it.
Right. Mm-mm. Yeah, so it's gonna be going to Hydra, si Raf. Okay, so they played the long game. The Hydras played the long game, and
Mhm,
CH acquires Raf. Okay,
mhm. So one more
so
team member before the Hydras complete their roster. So that was
mhm.
Blackthorn nominating onto player number 44 to be nominated by
Hearthstone.
the Hexorcists.
Yep. They nominate Chunky for the player number 44, I believe. Okay, so
Yeah.
teams, you have 10 seconds to decide whether you want to join this bid or back out.
So Lem, aka Chunky, one of the veteran players of the PGP scene, uh, played the Master Ball League, participated in a lot of PPTL seasons, and always a regular in a lot of our grassroots tournaments.
So definitely as much of a veteran as his favorite Pokemon, Regigiga. So I think we have all the teams locked
Yeah.
in yung mga pumili na mag-join. So
Yeah, so we have
uh,
three
one,
or
mm-mm,
four. Let me
yeah,
double
can we confirm
check.
that?
We should, yeah, we only have three teams, right?
Correct, tama. Sige, so
So
1
Toxic
million
Orb.
upfront for HH. No, after the first
Yeah.
rotation muna siya. Yeah.
So
So
1.6
Artisan,
Artisan, yes.
1.6 from Artisan. Okay, followed by the Hydras. 1.7. So magki-kick in na yung toxic orb effect, meaning 1.9 yung
Mhm,
lowest next bid possible
mhm.
for Hearthstone.
1.9. Okay. Artisan,
Mhm.
minimum 2.1 out. And
Artisan
that puts
going
us at
out,
sudden death.
and
And
actually, yeah. That means the
okay.
Hydras are automatically out, with Chunky going
Mhm.
to the Hearthome Exorcist for 1.9
For
million.
1.9. Okay.
Mhm.
And at this time, although may konting butal pa, I believe 600,000 for Hearthhome, that also puts them at like the lone area. They can only nominate at
Yes.
this point, correct? Okay, yeah. So that puts us at player number 45 to be nominated by Azalea Jollibees. You have 15 seconds, Azalea, for auction number 45.
Actually, no. The Hearthome still has 2.5 left, so they
Uh-huh.
still have
Oh,
a
yeah, my
lot of
bad.
wiggle room to fill up. I believe their last slot.
Hmm. Okay,
Yeah,
so Azalea
yeah. So we
nominates
have
Makai.
Mackie.
Right? Our players or teams are choosing whether they want to join the bid or back out. So far
Mhm,
contested by Balonlea and Blackthorn Conquerors.
mhm.
Okay, four, three, two, and one. Okay, so we have I believe three
Four,
teams.
four, four,
Tama ba?
four. Right?
So
No,
we
no, no,
have
no, no. One,
Balonlea.
two, three, four. Yeah, we have four.
Yeah, we
We
have
have
four. Okay.
Balanlea, Blackthorn, Lumios, and Azalea.
Okay, let's just wait for it to be reflected in the draft
Mhm.
board.
Yep, Blackthorn there. So Maki, an EU-based player,
Mm-hmm.
attended the EUIC 2025, and of course, grinding that global challenge for that EU CP leaderboards.
Mm-hmm.
There. So this
Good the
was
best of three and best of
nominated by
one.
AGB. So it is the Balanlea's turn to bid. So that's
1.8
1.8 going
million.
all in.
Okay. Lumios Titans, are we going to contest?
So the
Balonlea's
Lumios,
1.8 million bid. Lumios
Lumios
is out.
backing out over here.
Okay. And
And that's it. I believe that should be Maki going to the Balanlea team.
Balonlea Bayonets, yeah. The Bayonets win by default. And that puts us at player number 46 to be
Yes.
nominated by the Artisan Archangel. So Artisan, 15 seconds to find your nominee.
He,
Okay. So
yeah, he told me
can't seem to find them on the draft board. So can we have some assistance from the
here.
tech team?
That is Hitomi Shiri Des. That's Kyle Chua, sophomore, part of
Ah,
the Hearthome Exorcists during the season 9 of PPTL.
mm, okay. So tama ba? Ah, no, this is not them.
Oh, Hammerlock Smasher. Yes, that one. I
Ayan,
believe
okay.
that is him.
All right.
Hirap
So
hanapin, no? Kasi
uh
Japanese characters.
yeah, wala sa keyboard ko eh. Okay, so that's 1 million upfront from Artazon. Then we wait for the teams to signify whether they want to
Mhm,
join or back out from the bid.
mhm. Yeah, but I think that's enough time for us to close the buy-in. Looks like we only have
Okay.
two teams, and sudden death immediately
Mm-hmm.
um
So
going into place.
Hearthhome first, tama, di ba?
Yes.
Yeah, so Hearthhome, for your one and only bid for Kyle, how are we feeling?
So 2.5
2.5
million. This
million.
is huh? I don't think you can go 2.5, so that is 2.4, right?
2.4, yeah.
Please confirm 2.4.
Yeah, 2.4. Okay, so we're
Yeah,
at
there.
2.4
2.4.
million. They're going all in.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is their last slot, right? So it's
Yep.
fine for them to go all in. And
So
Zook's
Artisan
backing
is
out.
out. Okay. So they had the
Not
opportunity
sure
to
if
take
that
that.
was a serious buy-in or
Ayun, may kiss
or
daw sa
nanakot
kanya.
lang.
Okay, okay. So we're gonna be proceeding with nominee number 47 to be Nominated by, I believe,
EGE,
EGE. Yeah.
right?
Okay. So Evergrande, you have 15 seconds to nominate player number 47. They nominate Ron.
Ooh, Ron.
Okay. So 10 seconds for the other teams to decide whether they want to join or back out. Okay. So Artisan joining the battle for Ron.
Mm.
Okay.
Ron, the
Three,
TikToker, is
two,
content
one.
creator.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. So I believe that's enough time for the buy-in. So we have two teams that
Three.
contested.
Three
Yeah.
teams. We have the
Oh, yeah.
Archangels, Lumios Titans,
Mhm.
and EGE.
And- Okay, Evergrande. So one rotation before we go into Toxic Orb rule. So that's 1 million upfront for
But
EGE.
immediately, Trader's Choice being invoked by the
TC.
Lumios Titans here.
Okay. So we'll be waiting for our staff to contact Ron, to ping Ron,
Mhm.
para makapili siya ng team.
So he has three choices here: the Evergrande Emperors, the Artisan
Mhm.
Archangels, or the Lumios Titans.
Yeah.
So this is very interesting since EGE nominated him. So they
Mhm.
can potentially just get Ron for a measly 1 million.
Mhm.
A very, very good price for a veteran. And
Against teams that would otherwise
mhm.
get them out of contention kasi talo sa budget eh. Okay, but we're waiting for feedback on whether Ron is able to choose a team.
So for the Lumios Titans, I believe you better start tagging him, telling him to answer because time is ticking. How much time should we give
Uh-huh.
him?
We have 5 more seconds for Ron to respond.
All right. I
Okay,
think
that's
that's more
three,
than enough time.
two,
Oh, there you go.
one. Okay. We have a response.
All right. So no response. I'm looking at the trainer's choice lobby. It looks like there's
Yeah.
nothing.
Mhm. There's nothing. So we're gonna be proceeding with the regular draft
Uh, mhm.
sequence, and allow me to get back to the auction house now. So that puts us at, so nominated by EGE,
So
and
Lumios
then
Titans.
okay, yeah, Lumios.
Yeah.
Is Lumios going to bid
Yeah.
or
So
back
wrap,
out?
please bid. So 1.2.
1.2 million. Okay. Followed by the Artisan Archangels. You have 10 seconds to decide whether you want to bid or back out. 1.3 million. And I believe that puts EGE out of contention.
Right.
Okay. So sudden death na tayo between
Uh,
Artisan and Lumios Titans.
yeah. So I
Tama ba?
since EGE was out and they were also the ones who nominated, it should be
Mhm.
Lumios Titans bidding first, right?
Uh,
Or be
no, no, no.
following the.
We'll be following the. I think it's Lumios Titans actually. Yeah, since follow
Mhm,
natin from the nominator.
mhm.
Okay, so let me confirm lang, 1.4 million from LT. Is that your
Final
one
bid to,
and final bid? Mm-mm. Can we get a confirmation on that?
Final bid
Final
is
bid. Okay.
1.4.
So 1.4. Okay. How about Artisan?
Snatching it for
1.5.
1.5 million.
Okay. So Ron goes to Artisan Archangels. Now for our 48th player is going to be a nomination from
Gee,
Laverage
Lechonk.
Lechonks. 15 seconds for Laverage. So they
So
nominate
Kane.
Kane. Oh, interesting. So players, 10 seconds to decide whether you want to join the bid or back out.
Mhm. So Kane, not a
Okay.
stranger to the national scene already here in the Philippines. competing in the 2023 and 2024 nationals.
Yeah. Yeah, we see him with very impressive results actually nung meron tayong best of one qualifiers before the nationals main
Yes.
stage. So I believe that's enough time for the teams to decide whether they want to join the bidding battle for Kane. Uh
We only have two.
along
This is
with
sudden death.
Lever. Okay. So the first one to name their only final and only bid is going to be Lumios Titans. Okay, so Lumios Titans, 10 seconds to decide for your one and only bid, 1.2 million.
1.2.
Okay, leverage, are we going to match that? 1.3 million. And that puts Kane to leverage Lechonks.
All right.
So for the
Moving
fourth
on to
time,
the next one, that is the Blast Burns nominating their next player.
okay, 15 seconds for Postwick to nominate player number 49. They nominate L. Okay, so 10 seconds for the teams to consider whether they want to join the auction for L or back out.
Mhm.
So far, nobody is joining the bidding battle against PBB for L. So, okay, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I believe we have two teams battling it out for L. So we have Postwick Blast Burns and Lumeos Titans. Okay, so since nominate si L ng PBB, Lumios is going to be the first one to name their one and only bid,
Mhm.
okay, for L, 1.3
Nope,
million.
bad.
Okay. How about Postwick?
Postwick cannot match that, unfortunately.
Okay. So talagang na-push out sila ng budget. Okay, so L goes to Lumios Titans. Okay. So dito na tayo for the 50th player to be nominated by the Cinnabar Hydras. So Hydras, you have 15 seconds to nominate player number 50.
Mhm.
They nominate Lasagna. Okay, so teams, 10 seconds to decide whether you want to join the auction or back out.
So the Hydras only need one player left to complete their roster. They could potentially go all in here to get their nominated player off rip.
Yeah, so we're not seeing any contestation so far. So I believe that's been enough time, right,
Mhm.
for the teams to decide. And without any contestations, Lasagna goes to Cinnabar Hydras to complete their roster. Okay. So for the 51st player, it's going to be nominated by the Balanlea Bayonets.
Mhm. So they
Okay.
currently need to loan and can only nominate here. If anyone else joins, unfortunately, they will not be able to get it. So we have Mallow over here.
Mhm. 10 seconds for the teams to decide whether they want to join the bidding battle for Mallow or back out. Okay, so contested by Blackthorn so far. 3, 2, and 1. So that's been enough time for the teams to decide. Okay, so BCC. Wait, yeah.
Yeah,
So
just
BCC
BCC.
has one.
Wait,
Some,
hold on.
somehow, BCC. Oh, actually, oo nga kasi nagka-loan yung Banley.
Okay, we are at a predicament
Yes,
here. Duck race.
yes, since naka-loan. Okay, so
So Malo
Malo
going
goes to
to
Balanlea. Okay.
Balanlea. And with that, I believe that is Balanlea completing their roster already, with Malo as their final player.
Oh, I can't believe Balanlea actually defeated another team in a bidding battle. Okay, so so 52 na tayo
All right.
to be nominated by the Anistar Assassins. So
Also,
Anistar, you
again,
have
also in the loan system here, they can only
Mhm.
nominate
So try nyo rin labanan yung BCC for this one. They nominate Vasti.
Vasti.
Okay. For 10 seconds, other teams may choose whether they want to join or back out.
Can we get the green circle within the message of Francis so we can know who
Okay.
wants to opt in? There, thank you.
AJB joining the bidding battle for Vasti. But that's kind of an interesting dynamic which I won't spoil. Kung ano mangyayari dyan.
Where is AJB? Okay, so they only have. So interesting. AJB will not be able
No
to like.
comment from me.
They won't be able to
No
like.
comment from me.
Azalea won't be able to like bid for this.
Yep. I believe same case as the last nomination. Since Azalea cannot contest yung loaned bid ng Anistar, that puts Vasti at the Anistar Assassins. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So again, interesting outcome of events. We're going to player number 53 to be nominated by the Geosenge Garbadors. So Garbadors, you have 15 seconds to name your nominee. They nominate Prophecy for this bid. Okay, so players or teams rather, you have 15 seconds to decide whether you want to join the auction or back out.
So we have Prophecy, sorry. Nga naman. Oh! I just understood it now. This entire time, the past 3 years, I've been reading it as Prophecy.
Well, at least nagets mo na.
So it's
So
Prophecy.
former team.
Okay. I
teammate
never
of
said it
mine.
out loud until
Uh-huh.
now.
Okay, so joining the bid, we have Leverage the Chunks, and I believe that's Kitakami Brewsters as well. That's been enough time, I believe, for the teams to decide whether they want to join or not. So, Tech Team kindly also put the joining badge for Kitakami,
Mhm. That is LVL
and that's 1 million upfront.
KB. 1 million for
Yeah.
Geosenge.
So, and Kitakami, how much are we bidding for Prophecy?
Yes. Kitakami will be bidding first. For we cannot.
1.5 million.
We can't. They can't. That has to be 1.4.
No, yeah,
Please confirm.
1.4.
Yeah, there.
So all in
1.4.
1.4 million. Now,
Mhm.
Leverage the Chunks has the opportunity to lock out
Snipe
Kitakami.
it.
So are we going to?
So the Lechonks only need one player left. 1.6, they're going
So
all
nag-all-in na
in.
sila, 1.6.
Which
And
automatically
that
gets
puts
them Prophecy
Prophecy.
to
Okay.
the Chunks.
Leverage the Chunks, yeah. Okay. So for the 54th nominee, that's going to be from the I believe that's
LT?
Lumios Titans.
Yes,
Right?
from LT.
Yeah, LT. So Lumios Titans, 15 seconds to name your nominee for player number 54. 10 seconds on the clock for Lumios.
Yeah. We have
Kelvin. Wait, I believe Kelvin's
I thought I saw this already.
Yeah.
Kindly recheck.
Yeah. Na-nominate is si
Crap.
Kelvin.
Kevin.
So we'll give you Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin Consolacion,
Okay.
a sophomore.
Okay, so 10
Uh,
seconds for the teams to decide.
So we have previously a member of the Lumios Titans in season 8. So I believe Rap already has experience working with Kevin over here.
So potentially reacquiring an old teammate here.
Mhm.
And wala pang contestations with 5 seconds on the clock for teams to join the bid or not. 3, 2, and 1. So without any contests, Kevin goes to Lumios Titans. Okay. 55th player to be nominated by the Kitakami Brewsters.
Kitakami, yes. But Kitakami
So
still
Kitakami
has three
Brewsters,
slots to fill up over here.
they nominate Nino.
Mhm.
So 10 seconds for the other teams to decide whether they want to join the auction or back out for Nino. So we have some teams who are looking out to acquire Nino. Currently, we have Postwick. We also have Artazon. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. So it's going to be Kitakami, Artazon, and Postwick battling it out. And Postwick calls for trainer's choice. Okay, so will
Ooh,
someone paying Nino for
so
trainer's
saktong
choice?
three. So saktong
Mm-hmm.
three teams. That is the Kitakami Brewmasters, Archangels, and the Postwick Blast Burns.
Okay, so I've pinged Nino for the trainer's
Uh,
choice. So
all right, kindly start the
timer
timer for
started.
up. There you go. Tino's there. PBB.
Nino choices. Yeah, PvP.
It's like the
Okay.
Blast Burns
So
are really collecting the Kapampangan players, man.
oh, a true regional team here. Okay. Okay. So I believe we are now
At the
gonna get a
last
nomination
one.
from the Levincia Leviathans, okay, to
Mhm.
cap off this rotation. So LL for player number, wait lang, I believe that's okay,
Levincia. So Creamy
56,
is
tama
here
ba?
already. Correct.
Aha. Sige, so 15 seconds. They
So we
nominate
have Kayan,
Notch.
Kian,
Mm-hmm.
Kia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Kayan. So another
So we do
rookie
see some
here.
experience over here.
Yes, joined
Pero
the
naka-attend ng MBL.
yes from like a couple of months ago. Also the Ace Academy tournament. I think this is one of the
Mhm,
rookie tournaments hosted by PGP here. So we'll give
mhm.
a couple of seconds as well again
Okay,
for
so
the team captains.
we have Artson. Mhm.
So we have Levincia and
Okay, so I believe that's been
Archangels.
enough time.
Yes.
Yep.
Right. So
So
we're
sudden death, I
immediately
believe.
yeah, that's correct. So that's going to the
So
Archangels to make their
Archangels.
one and final bid. Easily snipe this off.
So may
And with the
potential.
Archangels
Yeah.
still needing
Like,
two more players.
so potentially AA can snipe Kian away.
Hmm. And the
So okay,
Leviathans, how much
1.2
they need?
million.
1.2.
1.2 million for the Artisan
Mm-hmm.
and Leviathans. One in final bid.
1.7 going all in on
1.7.
Kayan
So they
here.
go all in. Okay.
Immediately.
So Kayan goes to Levincia Leviathans. Okay? So that caps off yung fourth rotation natin. We have one more rotation to go. Before we proceed, I saw that we are making more threads for auction houses. So
Mhm.
can we get a signal from the tech team if they need more time bago mag-proceed?
But a lot of the teams are already
Okay.
so close to completing their rosters. But for now, the ones with
I think
complete rosters are Badan Leia, Lionets, Cinnabar Hydras,
Uh-huh.
Hearthome Exorcists, Geosenge Garboders, and the Laverage Lechonks.
can we ask the tech team to
Okay.
show the current state of affairs for those who have the people that were already drafted on their respective teams, so that the audience can see them as well, if that is
All right.
possible.
It might be a bit tricky for the tech team to do that right
Okay,
now, but
never
rest
mind, never
assured,
mind, then,
after the
never mind.
event, we'll be posting each team roster. We'll make an announcement for the team rosters as well after the draft night. But it looks like we are good. We can proceed now to the last rotation. To the last rotation of the draft night. Heading on
Okay.
into player number 57.
Okay, so quick recap. I think Artisan is the only team that has a budget more than 2 million. The rest are at 1 million at least.
Yeah, Arctozone still has a lot of wiggle room, and they only have 2 players left to draft. So
Yes.
for the final round, R5, for rotation 5, we have the Balanleia Bayonets to nominate their next player. Let me get my stopwatch. Timer starts now for
This is
Balanleia.
for thread auction 58, I think, or 57.
57. Yeah,
BB
so
is out
BB is
already.
out
They're
already.
complete.
They are complete, so they don't need to um,
Draft.
draft. Moving on to Levincia Leviathans. Please go
And
to 57. Please go
auction
to
number
Auction House 57 to draft. Also double
or
checking if
nominate.
Levincia is complete. No, you guys still need 2 more players.
Yes,
So
and
Levincia,
now
please
you're on the
draft in
loan.
57.
You are excused. And you guys are on loan, so kindly nominate, and the others can out nominate you,
Mhm.
or rather outbid you, if ever.
Yeah, so
So
we
they're
have
going to be
Gumamela nominated by Creamy. Again, we'll give 10 seconds for. Let's wait for this for the IGN to show up in rotation 5. We are at rotation 5. Please put it there. Tech team, you are currently at rotation 4. There you go. Thank you. So 10 seconds for the teams to buy in. All right, 5 seconds left. All right, so we are closing that out. So right now we only have Levincia Leviathans and the Archangels will be joining us for Gumamela's draft.
and I
So
think this is
Archangels,
what
yes.
they only need one, but
Archangels actually need 2 more players,
and they're
according
going all
to.
out.
Yeah, they're going all in for this, immediately beating out the Levincia Leviathans for the
Leviathan
bid.
only has 0.
Yes. So that is Gumamela going to the Artisan Archangels. So moving on to player number 58, that is the Hearthome Exorcists to nominate their next player for draft. Uh, Double checking. Sorry. It looks like the Hearthome Exorcists are complete with their
Complete
team already. So we are skipping that. Moving on to the post-wick blast
PBB.
burns. So again, PBB.
Are they complete? If
You
they need one more?
PBB still needs one last player actually. So PBB can draft their next player. So
Oh,
Gem, a
them.
sophomore, part of the EGE 2 seasons ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I can give again 10 seconds for the captains if they want to buy in or not. So 5 seconds left for the captains if they want to get their player. Right, so time is up. Closing out the if you want to buy in for this draft, and it looks like Gem is going to the post-wick blast burns
Uncontested.
uncontested for 1 million, and that will round out their entire roster already. Moving on to player number 59. So that is double checking. For player 59, that is Lumios Titans, since the Leverage Lechonks are already complete. So the Lumios Titans, please nominate your next player. Koaku. So we have Koaku being nominated by by the Lumios Titans. Another rookie,
Yes, and there are no
giving you
achievements
10 seconds
indicated here
for now, but that
for
is Rap's
now.
responsibility to develop their talents.
Yes, but I'm pretty sure Raf would not nominate this
Right.
player without any reason.
All right, 10 seconds are up. We are closing out the buy-ins. That is Gem. Oh, sorry, Koaku going to the Lumios Titans. Uncontested. Right, congratulations, Lumios Titans. You should be complete now, no? Yan, tulog na raw sila. All right, thank you, Lumios Titans.
Thank
Next
you.
one is EGE. That is for player number 60. So EGE, please nominate your next player. So Jero, the Oricorio god. So 10 seconds for the captains. I cannot add the reaction. So please, before I start the timer for the captains, please add the green circle to player number 60, please. Thank you. So 10 seconds for the captains. So Jero, well known for using Oricorio, the dancing bird, or any dancer
Mhm.
teams. Very proficient in it.
Yes,
Part
and that
of
is
the
character
Just Spam
too.
Belly Drum and the Vermilion Thunderclap from the previous seasons. All right, closing it out, we only have EGE buying in for Jero. So that is Jero going to EGE for a 1 million uncontested, which should, I
I think
believe, that, no,
that still
they
have a
still need one more team.
oh, one more player. Okay,
One more
cool.
player for the team. For the Hydras will be skipped for rotation 5, and we will be moving on to the Artisan Archangels to make their next draft for player number 61.
Player
We
number
have
61.
Selrak.
Selrak. Okay.
Thank you. And captains, please buy in. Click the buy in reaction if you would like to participate here.
Oh, and Selrak here is part of the rather top 19 of the Heatwave
Mm.
tournament.
Yeah. So Heatwave, one of our grassroots tournament. I don't quite remember if this was online or not.
This was online. I
Yeah.
think
So
this
this is one of our online tournaments. Yes. But it looks like no other teams will be opting in for Selrak here, which will go to the Artisan Archangels uncontested, which rounds out their roster for the Summer League season.
all right. Congratulations. And I think out of all the teams, only Kitakami can contest any
Correct.
nomination.
Yes. Next one, we are going to the Blackthorn Conquerors
How many players does
for
Blackthorn need?
player number 62. I believe they only need one more player to round out their roster, and they are
Okay, we
nominating
have
Quantum
Quantum Slack.
Slack. 10 seconds for the captains to opt in. KB buying in though.
Oh, the Ace
2 seconds.
Academy top
But it
5.
looks like we are good. So that is the Kitakami Brewmasters and the Blackthorn City Conquerors that will be participating here. And of course, sudden death with only 2 teams. KB, what is your bid? Your only bid? It should be easy, right?
Well, they're going all
No,
in.
you cannot go 1.4 million as you only have 1.3. So they're going all in here for Quantum Slack, which will automatically go to um,
Have you filled the
the
roster with this?
Kitakami Brewmasters. No, this would bring them to their third player.
For the Kitakami? Wow.
Yes. So they would still need they need 2 more players for Kitakami. So that was BCC. Um, so that was BCC nominating that, which would bring us to Geosenge Garbodors will be skipped, and Kitakami Brewmasters. It will be their turn to nominate. Kitakami. So that is player number 63. So we have Vittorio
Oh,
to be nominated by the Kitakami Brewmasters. A sophomore, part of the Hammerlock Smashers from last season. And team captains, please buy in if you would like to participate in the bid. But it looks like not a lot of players, not a lot of team members can actually
actually
join
none.
in here. So that is automatically going to the Kitakami Brewmasters,
I
Vittorio
think moving
Lim.
forward, all teams won't be able to join because of the
Right.
because of their
Is
budget.
it?
And
You're right.
yes,
You're right. You're right. The
this is an
next one
interesting turn of
is
events.
Azalea Jollibees. Who will you be choosing for your last player? So Marts, please flash Marts on the screen. So Marts will be automatically joining the Azalea Jollibees. So that is Martin Calistaris, a rookie that Rennie would hopefully develop for their team.
Yes, of course.
Next one, Anistar Assassins. They still need one more player left. For player number 65. Anistar Assassins. Right. Yeah, so for Anistar Assassins, we'll be nominating Rikyu. So a veteran already,
Oh,
part of like a legacy team, Oblivion
yes.
Wings from PPTL 6, and was the captain of the Hammerlock Smashers um, from the last season. So Rikyu will be automatically going to the Anistar Assassins for this. And I believe that is the last one for our rotation 5. And we still have a couple of players left. One, two, three, four, five, 6 players left, I believe, to fill out their rosters. In the interest of everyone's time, I believe we can go to just restart the rotation. All
Yes.
captains in favor. All good. I believe yung mga wala pa are...
Complete na.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out lang sino yung who is next. So we will go back to Levincia Leviathans. That is player number 66. So for Levincia Leviathans, who will you be nominating? Please head to number 66.
Number 66.
We have a couple of seconds for Levincia. So Goobler. Please flash Goobler on screen. All right. So Goobler Jose de los Santos, a rookie who also attended the Master Ball League from the recent event in SM Aura, went 2-4 and will be going to Levincia Leviathans. Next one, sino pa ang wala? Hearthome is complete. The Blast Burns also complete. The Lechonks are complete. LT are also complete. EGE for number 67. So EGE, please nominate your last player for your roster. So we have Kylie.
Oh,
So Kylie, another veteran of the PPTL scene, part of the
Carlo
Hammerlock
Hashimoto.
Smashers recent season, and the Anistar Assassins as well from PPTL 7.
This guy is a very hardworking guy, I must say. I've worked him before. Totally worth it.
And the Hydras are complete. The Archangels should be
DCC
complete
is next,
now.
I believe.
DCC, thank you. So for the Blackthorn Conquerors, for player number 68, please nominate your last player. So Jang, this Jangski, part of the Everstone EVs from Season 8 of PPTL, will be going to the Blackthorn Conquerors. Next one, I believe, is the Kitakami Brewmasters
Followed by
for
Kitakami. Yep.
Yes.
69. For number
Nice.
69, who will it be?
Dun, 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 dun. Koya Juice. Last trainers na lang, actually last two.
Yeah, last 2 left. So Koya Juice, a sophomore already, joins a lot of the local events that we have. And this is his second PPTL season, who will be going to the Kitakami Brewmasters.
All right, nice.
And lastly, our last pick of the
I believe it's
PPTL Summer League season
Levincia.
is Levincia Leviathans for player number 70. I believe this is their last one. Sino pa yung natitira natin?
Maria Stella.
So Maria Stella will be going to the Levincia Leviathans. Right. That should all be the players already being drafted in. So Maria Stella over here or Miguel Poblete finished top 32 in the Philippines Nationals in the 2024 and is a very hardworking, limitless player.
Yes.
Right. So congratulations to all the teams here for completing their rosters for the summer league season. Good luck, have fun, and I hope we can all develop all the new players as well as improve even further as veterans of the scene.
It's gonna
Okay.
be an exciting season, and interesting to see also yung naging approach with this drafting.
Mhm.
The new mechanics, like the sudden death and the trainer's
Mm-hmm.
choice. Definitely makikita natin may mga teams na medyo na shake up
Mhm.
yung composition nila. So yeah,
Agree.
we're gonna be seeing a lot of exciting dynamics.
Mhm.
Um,
There are actually a lot of
we may
teams
have
that
some
didn't even use their player's choice,
Yeah.
yeah.
right?
Mm-mm.
Because I think it's really
And I
hard
do
to.
understand.
Go, 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 go.
Uh-huh. Yeah, kasi you have to count on the fact na or the assumption that whoever you're gonna use your trainer's choice in, andun sila, 'di ba?
Oo.
Ang hirap din ng
Naghihintay
timing
sila
to
sa
get
room kasi
like
if not,
three
you're gonna waste
players.
your one and only. Mhm, mhm. I mean, considering how aggressive the draft
Yeah.
has been, ang bilis natin actually. So, very
Actually.
interesting outcome.
This is a big improvement from the previous draft.
Yes, I was ready for a long one with my drink.
So, anong oras natapos yung last draft natin?
I think that was 2 a.m.
Yeah, so congratulations to all the teams and the captains and the staff as well
Thank you, Steph.
for a pretty quick finish today. Um, yeah, so may mga nakita tayong mga umuwi na players from their debut teams. So also looking forward to that as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. How about you guys? Any things that you found particularly interesting with the draft? Oh, may
I'm
papasok
gonna rain.
daw.
Oh, may papasok.
May papasok in the call, ba?
Akala ko never mind. Akala ko ano, in Tyrant. So, I thought Tyrant was
Okay.
gonna was gonna come for closing remarks.
I don't know. I think it was trust
Okay,
and
but yeah, go
Tyrant
ahead.
because thank you to the staff for making this for the improvements for always going above and beyond. I mean, I think kung actual event to we can compare this although we are mostly volunteers, this is a really good event all throughout and that's a good start for the summer league and I'm very interested to see
Mhm.
how the dynamics of the community will be shaped because of you know when you spend time with a team it creates certain bonds and sometimes when you join other teams slowly nag-grow as one yung community natin nalalesen yung ano uh we grow together as bonds friendship and all and the vibes as well factions form but mostly good
Mhm.
factions so yeah kayo rin anong
Yeah.
thoughts mo
So
dito
for
sa
especially for yeah, go ahead, Ring.
Honestly, I'm just really excited for any breakout players this season. There's always breakout players in
Yeah.
every PPTL season. Always
Yeah.
love to see like very talented players here in our scene.
agree oh go ahead
Yeah.
Billy asterisk
Same thoughts. And yeah, same thoughts. And that's what I was going to say then also address the rookies. No? So maximize this opportunity para palakihin yung network niyo within PGP because it's not only an opportunity to get better. Of course, that's one of the best things you could get out of PPTL. Iron sharpens iron. But at the same time, Pokemon is a lot more fun if, you know, with every tournament, you're going to be seeing friends. You're going to be catching up with teammates na usually sa Discord
Mhm.
or Messenger mo lang
Mhm.
nakausap. So, yeah, above all, we're here to have fun. So, yeah, pretty happy with this. Is it possible if we can show to the stream yung naging final outcomes ng teams or medyo burden siya for the tech team if we do that?
let's ask tech teams I know you are rather celebrating right now going over
Yeah.
your wins from this draft but hopefully you can hear us
Oo nga, nagpa-parting shot na eh.
oh nga eh
Ayan, so let's give Zenith 1 minute to prepare yung pala naging final outcomes ng teams. And ayun may mga nagpa-parting shot na actually sa sa staff group chat namin yung mga deals that have gone sour, yung mga nagkaroon ng nakawan. So I hope
Here it is, the
naging
tea.
satisfactory naman yung
And the drama.
okay, yeah. So we're working on the overlay to show the final outcome so that everybody um
Okay, and I think we are going to see it.
okay. Mhm. Okay, here we go. Ayan ang final outcomes ng
Uh-huh.
teams. So we're gonna be panning to the
Good.
rest of the teams. Okay. So all of this
I
information is gonna be publicly available at the start of the season, as well as the
Mhm.
rules. So please familiarize with the rules now, because we will be implementing a lot of new mechanics. We've mentioned the PP system earlier. So strategize with your teams no kung paano nyo i-conserve, right? Yung playing time of your trainers. Okay? And yeah, just make sure that everybody has a good time and that we all develop as a community and as players.
I like
So let's
the diversity here.
yep, for sure.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, no, so yeah, that's pretty much it for me. If you guys have anything more to add as we finish the showcase the outcomes.
I only have 4 words. Good luck. Have fun.
Oh yeah.
Yan. Okay,
Emphasis on luck, no?
We
especially
have
in
to
this
be with you.
format. Okay.
Hope you guys like playing Grimsnar.
I thought you were gonna
Get
go with
Thunderwave.
meteors, guillotines,
Just gonna
circle.
run.
Ayan, may
Tinglo
tinglo
one trick.
kanina sa ano.
Tinglo one trick.
Okay. So thank
Tinglo.
you very much to the captains sa mga nanood. And yeah, to my co-host as well. Very well done. That's it for me.
Uh, okay, so again, guys, thank you for joining us again. My name is Enzo, one of your hosts, along with our co-host. Dito pala sila sa baba ko. So we have Rain and Asterisk. Please follow us in our social media pages. Just kindly search for PPTL or the Philippine Pokemon Team League. We'll be posting as much as possible many contents, updates, and whatnot. So just kindly follow us, and we'll be sure to bring you the hot and spicy news from the
Oh,
league.
may chismis daw sa ano. Punta daw kayo sa may Summer Fling Voice, sabi ni Francis. May post-draft chismis daw. So that's probably all from us. Okay, go na. Ika na.
Thank you.